It looks like I'm gonna have to get a second microphone attached to this thing. But good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Good morning to those of you on the West Coast. What I guess I'll do after this is find her a second microphone. And we've got a microphone arm up there, so we're good there. Moto wants to say good morning.
Morning.
Bear with me while I get the lights turned on. Sorry for the delay. I ran things down to the minute, down to the marker, and I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I guess I did realize, but I didn't realize how bad it was. That my room is unmitigated toy box with nothing organized, and so I had to move a whole mess of children's toys around so that I could actually open the screen behind me. And here we are. Excuse me.
Wait. Everyone talked about me.
Oh, they are? Oh.
No.
Eli. Okay. Let me the other feel.
On the way for you to see.
There we are.
I turned the light for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah? You can maybe type it on my phone and turn it on? For some reason, it's not responding to the control thing. Okay, so I don't really have that much on. I don't think I have anything on the notebook.
You want them? First, you get not. What are you? Follow me.
I'm talking about you. Really?
You say Moco all the time, and I say baby all the time.
Yes. You know what? I do have a microphone you can use right now.
TV.
I can't reach her
We have
microphone
a
right
wake up, away.
We've got three really good microphones. This 20-year-old one right here will be using for every production I've ever done, recorded or live. But a friend gave me one he uses for ham radio, and I should also have one from the kit that came with the old podcast interface. One of them is. I do know where the extra audio cable is, so I guess I'll set it up and then they'll probably never use it. Let me hook up the. This about audio purpose sounds terrible. Let me hook up the broadcast monitor and see what we sound like. Probably sound like unplugged the whole time. Ouch, you're on that cord. Oh yeah, I see the little bar going there.
Yeah,
oh yeah. Back on. Get back on. And then, ow! I'll have to go back to the phone to turn the fan in this room down because it's on high.
Everything. Bye. Boom. My.
Okay.
No.
I've changed air quality pressure down from 6 to 3, and that made the fan quiet down. Now to.
No. Daddy, what your name, Daddy?
My name's not Daddy.
What your
My title is Daddy.
What's your name?
What's your name?
My name is Baby Mouse.
Baby Monaco? What's Baby? I didn't name you Baby.
I'm Baby.
Baby is
What's
the
your
description or a title?
What's your name?
What's your name?
My name is Baby Musical.
That's not your name.
But my name is Baby
That's not your stage name?
Huh?
Stage name. I mean, it's not your real name, but what people call you on your performance.
Daddy, what's your name?
My name's Casey.
Casey?
Yep.
And I talk Casey?
I.
Casey, Daddy, Casey, Daddy.
Yep.
You ain't Casey, Daddy?
No, I'm not Casey's daddy. I am Casey.
You Casey.
Casey and Daddy? Yes, that is me.
Why you Casey, Daddy? To see your YouTube?
What?
You showing your YouTube or your YouTube?
Okay, so now we're going to sample our audio and make sure this
Showing all your
doesn't sound like it's underwater. As soon as we get a link to the video service here. Okay, and now we're going to hit unmute. You're going to hear an echo for a second. A little compressed, but not terrible. All right, so you're tangled in your cord. Here.
I need that.
I know, but you move too much. Get on your neck. There you go.
When do you talk about me?
Okay, so the only related thing I wanted to talk about ahead of time that it's not really on the notebook, but it was kind of like the discussion topic. Uh-oh, the screensaver thing has happened here. There we go. The whole XAI and SpaceX thing, it's kind of cool, kind of weird. It makes some sense to me, but that really wasn't it. It was the catalyst for. Andrew says good evening. Look, Moto. Andrew says good evening. Good evening, Anders. Good to see you. Huh? My YouTube, but you're on it. What? Yes.
And why there yellow and green and black?
Because that's the background I picked. All right, calm down now. Calm down. Are you all right? You can't even hear if you don't have headphones on. There you go. Huh? I see on screen. Yeah, I see you. Okay. You good? All right then. So that was the catalyst for the reason for the discussion, in that a publication decided they were going to drop their Starlink because of the CEO, and that's their prerogative, and I support that. What was more annoying to me is that the reason is we shouldn't even know the man's politics. We shouldn't know he's got some personality quirks with interacting with other humans. And I kind of miss it when we didn't know the politics of CEOs and such. But what I do like about it, though, is that he's a little too transparent, and you can see it. So he's not really a snake in the grass, and you can kind of deal with whatever you're able to tolerate. But I kind of wish we didn't have to deal with it, because it feels like we're on the cusp of another one of these. You should sell your car because he's a bad man. Sell my car is 7 years old, almost 8, and everything else out there would be more expensive to run, even if I got another 8-year-old used car, because this one comes with free road trip fuel. And is free road trip fuel worth some of the stuff that is attached to that? Maybe, maybe not, but it's also the safest car that we can get at the moment. And I've got a family to look out for, and there are a lot of little things in there. And yes, there will come a time where something is just too much for me. And even if it would be a financial hardship or whatever, but uh, that shouldn't be. That shouldn't enter into the realm of the discussion when you're looking at products that do what you need. Like when I got this MacBook, the only thing that should have been a concern, and the only thing that was a concern, is that everything is soldered to the board, so you have to pick it all in advance. I didn't have to think about, oh, are they bad people? Or what about the CEO? What's he doing? Are people going to judge me for this? Are they going other than like the whole, the rivalries? Oh, Apple sheep, and why didn't you get Linux? And don't get up too high. You're not you're not dressed appropriately to get up too high. She's Winnie the Pooh in it. Sit down. But that was the only real thing that was kind of related to, and I guess tangentially related to what we normally discuss here. And I think it'll all work out. It's a little harder on this one because the board is so captured. There are certain things that have occurred over the past decade and plus that would have got anybody else some level of at least wrist slapping or talking to, but that doesn't happen here. And like I said, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to discuss. And I was kind of hoping I had somebody to soundboard against it so I could kind of dial this in. But I don't, because this one, while she could do that, she doesn't understand half of it. So as soon as she stops wiggling, I'm going to open up a news page and launch into some discussions of stuff that has happened that I didn't bother to put in a notebook because it's been quite a week. We did go to a museum that's going to close down forever because the collection has been requested back by the people who donated it or loaned it. There we go. Loaned it to the museum, and so welcome. Did you like the museum yesterday?
No.
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 You didn't have any fun yesterday.
Okay.
Did you learn anything yesterday?
Yes.
What did you learn?
Play with my phone, play games. What? Play my phone.
That's what you learned from the museum. Really?
And drive fire truck and watch a movie with you.
Drive fire truck, watch a movie with me? Okay. Stop hitting the microphone. Huh?
I talk about home and I talk about in the museum.
Yeah?
I talk about that.
You did?
Yeah, Troy. Dun, dun, dun.
It was a resounding success. But, at 3, I guess that's pretty good. She didn't have a bad time.
Oh, no, because my wheel. You're not go down.
What?
I'm not that glad because my balloon will go down.
So, here we go. I'm opening up a news page, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Industry news. Let's do... Who have we got open already? Oh, we don't want... I guess we don't want that, but... Can I use it? Interesting. Can you have what? A cookie? Why? What did you do for a cookie? Because you're bored. That doesn't sound like a good reason for a cookie. Were you a good girl? Did you do something extraordinary? Is it just like a dessert time?
No. I ate breakfast.
You ate breakfast?
Yes.
And that deserves a cookie? I'll think about it. I'm trying to navigate to using a tab, but I got to make sure that somebody doesn't fall. Well, actually, I can see the screen, but they can't see me. Oh, ow! You bent my thumb backwards. I can't type with no hand. Just as I was just saying, the first thing that pops up on my homepage when I opened the new tab so that we could find stuff to discuss before I even typed anything in, they're like, "Hey, Musk jumps back into political fray with big midterm donations." Dude, stop. Not you. And I'm not saying he can't have politics or whatever, but he's pushing it on people so hard. Your Spider-Man bicycle. Oh, so he hasn't learned anything. Just, looking at the opening to the article. Okay. He's gonna learn some unfortunate lessons. Wish he didn't take us along with him. The products are good. Services are great. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing actually newsy about this, or if it was just him being him. And it is. So let's do Inside TVs today. And then, what? I didn't type that. You thought I typed int and thought I wanted to talk C++. But int is in more than just C++. And no, I'm not coding. I didn't even type a T. I hit IN and hit enter. So now I'm going to hit share screen. Share screen here. And I've got a beach ball. You're scared of what? Can I what? Yeah, I can. She wants the hallway light on. Stand by. I'm going to fix this display. And then we're going to hit, I don't need to hit anything, just scroll down one screen. That's the light she wants is right there next to the leak sensor for the bathroom. All right, there we are. Go. Now, let's see what I saw that I felt like discussing and see if anything I didn't see prompts a discussion. Let's make this thing a little taller, I guess. Reset the zoom, I don't know. It's 150%. Yeah, don't need that. 110%. We could use. I'll leave it at 100% for now. California company just kicked off the solid state battery pilot production. Now comes the hard part. QuantumScape. Okay, so I did watch a video by 2-Bit Da Vinci. Ricky narrated on that one. Not just narrated, but he has a team now. So Ricky and team, they were discussing QuantumScape, and it was intriguing. But we'll see when it reaches production and what it actually looks like. Sounds like they're pretty close, but they're not done yet. And you know me, in future battery tech, it has to be from people with a proven track record before I put too much behind it. Either proven track record or like they can show us that they're imminently producing. And these guys, I think they both have a track record and they're pretty close, but they're not enough given the history of solid state batteries of 30 years of promises. And is it 30 years already? It's not. When did the Prius come out? 04. 22 years of, no, 20, yeah, 20, 24 years. It's almost 30. Shoot. Oh my goodness. Getting old. 24 years of the 04 Prius, obviously the Gen 2 I'm talking, not the 1997 or 2001, depending on where you consider the Gen 1 started. Ooh, pancakes, thank you. Oh, Makoto. These are giant pancakes. I guess I gotta hold a baby and then I can get something to wash my medication down with. Hello, baby. We have another visitor. Both of what Highlander calls the moderators are here. What you get a cookie for? And not this one. She's gonna make a mess everywhere. She's trying to make the child waste my favorite Dutch cookies. At least Makoto will nibble at it, not make me wear it. Makoto will make me wear it and then kind of waste most of it. They like them, but I just put this outfit on. We'll get her a bib and deal with that. I don't like this syrupy mess perched on the edge of my computer and table. So let's move it over here to the side table. That's still not any better. She gave me this wide brim plate and the desk extends a little folding table here that she's given for my food. I cannot take a wide brim table right now, or a wide brim plate right now. So let's see. We can put the cookies over here. We can put the nuts out of the way. We're gonna put almonds. There we go. I thought the Allman Brothers were the Almond Brothers for quite a while. Oops, there goes baby wipes. But now there's room for a plate to sit. There's some blue candy this one likes to wear. And if you saw those rings I was moving, those are rings to mechanically attach the dust extractor flex tube, smoke extractor, sorry, for our 3D printer, laser cutter, all that, to an 8-inch fan that we've cut in the side of the wall so it can directly exhaust. I guess we could have done a dryer vent, but we didn't. So, and the reason is a dryer vent wouldn't automatically suck out kitchen smells. So we've got an active fan to do that, even when we're not in the building. What do you have to say for yourself? Yes? Oh. Say good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening. Anders is there. Anders says hi. Yeah, Anders said hi. No? Okay. She wants to hold the microphone but not say anything. I definitely need to get another microphone. And then, they'll probably fight me over which one, but at least there'll be 2 of them. Hopefully, the one that I have ready mental picture of where it is also one that can reject some of the noise from the high five. Yes, high five. Can reject some of the noise from the fans. Oh yeah. She likes that. Okay, Ted has a new CEO again. Here's what it means for EVs, China and beyond. Well, they still have the same chairman, so how much could it mean? Let's look into that one. Tesla door handles went global, and now China is cracking down. Yeah, but it wasn't just Tesla. It was all the local Chinese automakers that did it too. Volkswagen took too many risks with the ID4. Here's where it needs to go next. Eddie says, fatherly duties, eh? Absolutely. You can't take a break. Well, I guess you can take breaks, but they're still there. All right, we'll see what they think about the Volkswagen ID4. I'm guessing it's a mid-cycle refresh. That thing's old now. Dealerships are shady. Man says Texas Toyota dealership agreed to sell Highlander hybrid for $26,900, then jacked up the price. The headline reads like something I've seen done a few times. We'll look into it. Can Waze still track the police? We talked about that last week and decided that it was really about garbage in, garbage out, and that they were never actually tracking them. They have not updated their TikTok stories since our last show, have they? That's fine. Most of them were garbage, but some of them were interesting. The Tesla Model 3 can far exceed its rated range, but there's a catch. The long-range rear-wheel drive Model 3 drove over 565 miles, but it wasn't a fast drive. All right, so that's not news to people who know about hypermiling. So we'll skip that, and I will take this opportunity to mention that the Model 3 and Model Y, nothing, no standard. The rear-wheel drive, they are back. They dropped the standard naming, and we'll see what they do this time. They're constantly trying stuff out, which is interesting. Every extended range EV coming to America soon. I don't care. If you guys want to discuss it, I'd be glad to discuss it, but I'm not going to spend any cycles on it, just willy-nilly. How pedal assist mini trucks are transforming cities. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know how they are, but maybe we'll see some cool pictures of them around the world. Europe won't ban gas cars by 2035 after all. Now Mercedes is worried. But you guys were just pushing your governments to not do it. You make up your minds, you fickle people. The other good thing is it doesn't really matter what they want because the price of gas is a variable. And if you're going to buy a car and the EVs are in the same realm of consideration and they have less maintenance, they cost less to use them, or if you have the moral imperative that you don't want to be making asthma and everything else worse, then people are still, if it's a slight stress, people will still do it. But the fact that the numbers work out long term, people are definitely going to do it. So that might be why they're worried. They weren't banned. They didn't ban gas cars, but they probably didn't do anything to help them not make any changes. So their EVs are still required. And that might be what it is. But we'll find out when we get to the article. I don't know if I opened it, but we opened it again in case. Brian says Stellantis pushed for Chinese EV ban and then actually surprised that it influenced their rebadge ambitions. Yeah, I was like all these monkey paw requests, and I guess that's loaded right now. Sorry about that. We have politicians here, but not the monkey paw, but the monkeys themselves. Anyway, yeah. So the consequences of my actions, the genie's wish scenario. You get it. You get it. So yeah, there it is. And I'm curious how the Chinese EV thing is going to go with Canada. They seem to think they've got a lid on it to both protect local industry and have stuff for their people to drive that isn't got 100% markup or anything. But did you sleep already? That was fast. We'll see what actually ends up happening. What I personally suspect is that we'll see what we saw in Mexico, where the local industry is just Chinese branches, local, and then whoever was already there, if they learn to do what the market wants, they'll still have some local production as well. I mean, they'll all be local production, but they'll the Canada Car Corporation or whatever, they'll still be there. Less than 2% of sales. It's just a foot in the door. It's up to the neighbor to be less crazy. Well, no matter what happens here, us being less crazy is not in the cards for many years, unless something just happens and whoever becomes the adult in the room acts like an adult, and I don't see that happening. Now I do see. Oh, thank you. I can take my medication now with this beverage here, and here's a cup back. Thank you. And I guess she was only partially sleeping because she's jumping to get out of my arms now. All right, bye, sweetie. You gonna stay here? Or you gonna go? You gonna go? You getting ready to fly? Yep, she's jumping. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we could probably exude more stability easily, but I don't know that we won't still be trying to poke their buttons anytime for the next decade. Oh, all right. Gotta go refill my go juice back in Flash. All right. Go juice. I'm wondering if that's in the car or if that's in the mouth. But either way, we'll see you soon, Brian. And let's see what other discussion prompts I see, because the China is definitely one of them. BYD is led China's EV boom, and now it has some bad news. What was that? Oh, I see. There are other pair of headphones, because I do actually have two baby pair of headphones. They jumped off the hook somehow. There we go. And Slate's CEO isn't too worried about some cheap Chinese EVs. Well, I mean, they're aiming for cheap domestic EVs, so unless they were holding back, which it doesn't sound like they are, then they don't have anything to worry about. So that's fine. Smelling an odd smell. And I don't think it's like a diaper situation, because they were both in my lap. I didn't smell any diaper situation. And let's see. Maybe I didn't see her buy any kimchi or anything, but it does kind of smell pungent like that, like a kimchi. Ford 30,000 EV pickup takes a page from Tesla to transform how cars are built. This one is interesting to me because it sounded and felt like the Skunkworks EV from Ford was done. But then Jim was up there talking about it again, Jim Farley. And yes, so let's open and discuss that one, because it did sound very much like Tesla Unboxed. And they called it something completely different, obviously, but whatever. The world's first sodium-ion EV battery is a winter range monster. Interesting, because the last sodium batteries we had in EVs, like the Think EV, needed to be maintained at like 300 C. Not charge and discharge rate, but centigrade. So obviously we're not there anymore with these sodium batteries, but I haven't actually heard any good things about them. I mean, other than the marketing and the people making it and the propaganda and all that, but from the people who actually had a chance to sit with them and measure them, I haven't heard anything good yet. Except for the price. They're supposed to be cheap, but they weren't for the people who were able to get a hold of them. So maybe that's just a matter of optimizing the market. Cheap Chinese EVs. Canadians are more interested than you'd think. America's first car with solid-state batteries could come from this little-known EV maker. Maybe. The Kia Niro plug-in hybrid is dead. Well, I keep poking at them saying that they're being lazy, and well, it's gone. And again, I'm not saying that if it's right for you that you shouldn't get it. I'm saying that I feel that any manufacturer making plugins that are combustors is taking shortcuts. I commented on a EV RV that was on out of spec, and I said, "Great! Now I'd like to see one with no combustion." And somebody came back with, "Oh well, the technology's not there yet." And I was like, "Well, it is. Uh, if the Tesla Semi can do 500 miles of charge, and everybody else can do 200 to 350 easily, like every EV pickup, every EV Class 8 that is like actively being sold by people who want to do it, they have hit 200 to 350 miles easily, and there are those that can do more. I don't know if they are doing more, but there are those that can do more. And that's with 82,000 pounds attached to the back there, or I guess 82,000 pounds combined. And then this EV RV was like a short Class A, so I wasn't buying the there's no technology excuse, because that's just an excuse. And yes, it might not be affordable for them to do it, or it might not package up the way they like it. It might be heavier than the frame allows to still also then put a house on top of the the truck. But to say that they couldn't do you don't need 500 miles in an RV, but uh, the reason they put the range extender on is because they were right about 120 before the battery ran out, and they felt that was not sufficient. I did like that they appeared to be set up as a serial hybrid, so that one, the engine was just a generator, so the maintenance was a lot easier, and you didn't necessarily run it all the time. You just basically treated it like a really good generator, and it was less involved than most plug-in hybrids, where you had to, or serial hybrids, or Rexes, range extended EVs, where it really was kind of integral to the vehicle. So I wasn't mad at that one, and in fact, I didn't see a price, but I would be interested in looking at that one and seeing and uh, what's going on there. Now that I remember about it, let's revisit them later. It sounded like they were a not fully ready to hit the market because it's like a manufacturer show or something. But now that I'm thinking about it, let me go somewhere else and nab that company name, and if they do have some literature, we can look at it and discuss it. You guys know I like to roam the country and roam so far that I need a bed somewhere. Let's go here. We'll go here because I sent it to my wife. I could just go to out of spec, but there are too many out of specs, and they produce a lot of content, so it would be tougher to go find it. So let's see here. Interesting. I didn't know these people were messaging me. I did know about this one, and they haven't messaged in a minute. Electric has a messenger group. That's my uncle. The family group. There it is. She changed her icon again. All right, so it'll be on this side. Yep. Okay. And I guess we'll click this, and then we'll pause it and close that. Don't need that. And let's see if they put the name in the description. If they don't, then well, we'll find it elsewhere. Electric Class A motorhome, January 17th. 3 kilowatt floor mats exclusive. Oh, 3W floor mats exclusive sale. That's a sponsorship of sorts. Here we go. Transcript. Copy. Do a robo search here. And so the chassis is made by Thor, I believe. All right, so Integra Coach. So Thor Industries, Thor the RV versus Thor the it's called the Embark versus a Harbinger. They changed their name, so they're Harbinger now. They have been for a long time, but they changed their name. So we'll look up them next because that is something that is interesting to me. Brian says that I'm back, but 2x is unreasonable. 1.75 is really the max. Sorry, I'm not a slow talker. I do. Ever since you've kind of pushed me on it, I've been watching all of my favorite channels on at least 1.5x, unless it's from somebody who's already in TikTokity shorts, one clip. There are a few of them that are that way, where I have to slow them down to like 1.25. And some of the more educationally public access types, I've had the occasion to bump them up to 2.5. And I feel like, I'm so skilled. But really just talking that slow. The write down looks more like an accounting thing. That's unfortunate. And sodium batteries have a decent gravimetric density, but volumetric is still low. That equals bulky. So yeah, that's kind of the way I've been understanding it, is that they'll be great stationary batteries once they stop, rivaling uh, LFPs in price. Until then, though, they're still too expensive for what you need from them. But there is hope, and they are new, so there's room to do the thing that needs doing with them. Let's see what else is in here. I think that's enough scrolling on this particular site. If we haven't got enough discussion, we'll go to one of the other sites I cycle through. That's just the one I felt like going on today. Speaking of write downs, I was looking in one of my Facebook groups. There was a guy looking at Cybertrucks, and then he was told that they don't have any ready to roll. And then he looked and he found some that are saying they're ready to roll. He found a wrecked long range rear wheel drive. And it seems he didn't know that they were things shaped like Cybertrucks that were not delivering the promise of Cybertruck. And so the group there let him know that if you need a pickup truck shaped like a Cybertruck, that is that. But if you want a Cybertruck, that is not a vehicle that fills the promise of Cybertruck. And it was an interesting discussion. 1.25 to 1.5 is generally good. Yeah, that's what I've been finding as well. I put up the video today showing how to play anything or just browse the web on the Tesla rear screen. All right, so definitely check out Brian's video on that. I'm aware of some of the browser hacks, but this one sounds like it might be even more fun or easy to do than what I'm thinking of. So we will go there as well. That's over at these guys' name right there, the channel name, Futuraza. So you can find that. So we're going to look now at the same window. We're going to, not the window that I'm doing chat in, because I've made that mistake once or twice. We're going to go in the window that we're sharing, and we're going to look up the Integra Coach Embark and see if they have any copy on it right now. Blue Compass RV, they've got them. All right. I'd click them, but they have a local outlet, and I don't want to dox myself. So let's see. The Integra Embark 29 V1. That's 2026 RV of the year. There are videos on it, so we can look at other people's RV videos of it. But let's see what they have to say for themselves. I'll open this in a new window for me. And then we'll open this one in the same window for us. The reason I want to open that other one is they might give me some pricing, because we were looking at pricing, right? And let's go down here while that loads. Oh, no, they didn't immediately geolocate my IP. Good. I wonder if I allowed my Starlink to be the primary, how I would appear at that point, like where they say I am. All right, so Integra Coach, the 2026 RV of the year. We will. There we go. Just before COVID became a thing, the RV industry has been working feverishly on devising an electric-powered motorhome. It strikes a challenging balance: enough power to haul a Class A payload with enough range to get campers beyond city limits. This thing is not yet rated to tow, unfortunately. So a little. I guess in this point, it's a good thing there's not full-size Class A, because if you can't tow something behind you and you don't have two drivers, you got to drive it places or Uber. They do let you put a bike rack on the back, so I guess you can e-bike everywhere, or pedal bike even. But when you don't know where you're going, a pedal bike might not be the easiest choice, depending on terrain. So e-bike sounds like a good combo. Various manufacturers had some success in the Class B segment. Yeah, most of them are electric vans that have an RV on the back. Or electric campers, like travel trailers. And we've seen two of those that are doing quite well, the Pebble and the Lightship. But I think the Pebble's out now based on what I keep seeing in reviews. And it doesn't look like the Lightship is yet in production for customers. Okay, that's an article. I didn't care about the news. I wanted to see Embark. Okay, so they're not yet ready to do it. That's fine. Oh wait, there it is. Embark Electric Class A. Zoom. I like it better in this color than the one they showed off. Or maybe this angle and lighting than the one they showed off. Okay. Now, the first electric plus range extender, Class A motorhome. Sign up for the newsletter. 29V1, European styling paired with cutting edge technology. And this is the same layout as the Connors we're showing off. So we've got a front overhead bunk option, the swivel seats, got a dinette with a TV lift, 46-inch sofa bench with overhead cabinets, the step to get in, overhead cabinets, sink. The burner was interesting. They appeared they had induction and propane. It's good that you've got options. Actually, if you're already burning fuel, you might as well burn it directly, since if you're not working a heat pump, then the best way to make your heat from liquid is directly as combustion. 8 cubic foot. It's a DC fridge, microwave. Got one of those little thin pantry things, like a spice rack, but maybe a little bigger. They've got pocket doors here and here, so the bathroom is the whole middle. You got your overhead cabinets here, wardrobe there, got your sink, your dry toilet, dry shower, storage under the bed. You got a step into the bed. And it's king size, so I guess if you're short, you can both lay this way, or you put the whole family old style, like really old style, or you can climb over each other and go this way. There's a step that makes that not an impossible task. There's overhead cabinet here, got a hamper down there. Now let's look for the stats. They have the stats here. They probably do. Larger pass. That pass through is like a friggin' trunk. It's huge, and not like a trunk like a car, but I'm talking like. It would be good for if you did a band, like you're a traveling band. It has a lot of what you need there. What does this button do? Oh no, I don't want that button. They had auto scroll, and 100 miles of range. Yeah, yeah. I think depending on what you're doing, like if you're just like leisurely viewing the country and you just go from site to site, then you would probably almost never run that generator. If you need to get across from California to New York to do your vacationing, I don't think that this will be the vehicle for that. Even if you felt fine just filling it up, Kyle kept hammering home that it was a 50 kilowatt generator, and if you run extra legal speeds, I mean, obviously in California you can only go 55, but once you leave California, well, actually, I don't know that you can only do 55 because it's a Class A, not a trailer. I'll have to look that up. let's see. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, if you're a band, you can probably get all or most of the instruments in the back there, and the equipment. Spacious private bathroom. Passengers can travel in comfort with forward-facing rear seating that they can convert into lounge seating when parked at a campsite. While the main living space features a collapsible stowaway dinette. I saw at least 4 seatbelts, if I was not mistaken. They had one here for sure, and I thought there was another one here. So 4 would work for me. No need to worry about road noise, as the unit includes sound deadening and acoustical. Never heard them described that way. Acoustical wall panels. I always thought them just called acoustic wall panels. Interesting. For a quiet ride, no matter where the road takes you. The bedroom features a comfortable 96 by 76 inch elevated bed that hinges at the foot. For underneath storage, and large windows on either side. Okay. There's the awning. Easy win right there on a electric vehicle is to make that awning a flexi rolling solar panel. They didn't call that out, so I doubt that it is. Also, when you've got a brick, maybe put your air conditioners underneath, especially if they are heat pumps. That would help with your aerodynamic profile. But it's from Thor Industries. They've got a common parts bin. Our Thor Industries being like everybody's RVs, Airstream and like 8 other brands and then sub brands. So they're just gonna, it's cheaper to just use what's in the parts bin rather than do it correctly, like we saw with some of the upcoming RV startups. Not putting these honking boxes on the roof, even if they are heat pumps. Put them down low, make them quiet. All right, the bathroom looks all right. Kyle and Dave were pointing out that the heated towel rack is a little close in proximity to the commode or the head, and both the head being the toilet and the head being your physical where you have your brain case. It's and one, the towel is attacking you, and 2, if you get up too quickly, you might bonk your noggin. But if I'm not mistaken, this is the first like non-concept, mostly electric first recreational vehicle, like self-propelled. Yeah, we've got both the Pebble and the Lightship do have an option to drive, but they still need a tow vehicle to lead them, and that's what I'm talking about here with the classic RV air conditioner. Nope, it doesn't look bad there. Kyle didn't like the exterior, but did like the interior. The interior is pretty well done. And yeah, some nice pretty pictures. There's your integrated step. That's nice. Okay, I like this view. I see the bench there, sofa. They're talking with the cabinet. Okay, the dinette. Oh, that's nice. I might have read it, but I didn't recognize the skylight there. But now I see it. It's pretty darn cool. Hopefully that's more than one seatbelt right there. Otherwise, it's not on the cards for us. Dave liked the shower. He says he's got it in his current trailer. Sink looks high class. I don't know how easy it is to use. Like, use it, clean it, and everything. We've got yes, they're looking at the trunk now. Oh, that's cool if it's got the storage right there on the wall. I like that. You don't have to do it yourself. And we're back to where we started. So it's got a Harbinger chassis. So that alone means that we can then start to see if they have enough success with that model. We can start to see them do. It looks like this used to be a step van, which is what Harbinger makes their bread and butter on right now. Which also explains the length and size of that Class A. But anyway, like I said, we can start to see different layouts now that they've got a chassis. I'm guessing it's a muffler. It looks like it. Batteries. Batteries probably in between the frame rails. Seeing the oranges there. That's probably the starter battery there. Interesting. So they're saying 450-mile range, and that's obviously if you do liquid fuel with your EVNS. So with 4 to 5 battery packs, you're looking at 140 to 175 kilowatt hours. Not terrible. Might as well make it 6 while you're in there, right? I wonder if that's space and mounting for that. Like they still have to crash test them and everything. So 4 to 5. Interesting. Brian says, nope, that's a finished car. Ship it like that. I've seen a couple of videos over the years of people with like buses that have the frame removed and they're just rolling the rolling chassis like this. Except with the seat. The seat is still included in their version. And yeah, absolutely. Do that. And then you can put your own put your own chassis on it. Brian says, I'll bring my own stool. Yeah, can you imagine though if you put a more aerodynamic body on this thing than a Class A brick? I've only seen it at the upfit factory. Okay, so as they're getting ready to turn it into a real vehicle of some sort, they've already running like that. Okay. So I wonder if the ones on the highway are, for whatever reason, near upfit factories. They've done that, or like one-off people who took the body off and needed to do something else with it. But can you imagine an aerodynamic body on something like this? 200 kilowatt hours, just about 175 kilowatt hours. I'm imagining that's usable and not gross. That'll be fun. Take that, Reboven. All right, let's see. Let me get back in the window so I can scroll it some more. 13,686 max payload. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, water is heavy, but you manage your water. And I guess the fuel is heavy too. You carry what, 50 gallons of fuel? Maybe moving plant 1 to plant 2. Yeah, okay, so that would make sense. Like if the normal way had like a blockage and it was like only one exit or something, and they just happened to get caught doing a really funny looking thing, I could see that. I love the idea of build short with pop-ups for max efficiency. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or even like the Will Smith trailer from a few years ago where it had like the hydraulic rams that just gave it 2 stories from one. It was 1 so it could travel down the road, I guess 1.5. And then 2 when he got to his site, because he's going to be recording for 2 to 4 months at a time. So he wanted all the trappings of home. Top features: electric. Go electric, go far. Battery only range up to 105 miles on electric power alone. Perfect for shorter trips or daily exploration. Extended range with the integrated Rex. Enjoy up to 450 miles of real world driving range. I also wonder then, once you're out of warranty, if there might be people who put different Rexes in them. Either ones that can charge faster or use less fuel or smaller, so you get more of your capacities back. That'll be interesting to see. Charge where you camp or anywhere else, whether you're plugged in at home, 240 volts, at campground, 50 amps, en route, DC fast charger. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It's CCS fast charges at 800 volts. What I would like to see on there is NACS, or not just NACS, but maybe this is wishing, and then they're not going to do it anytime soon with a battery that small. But MCS 3, then you could use mega chargers. Like I said, they're not going to do a battery that small with a mega charger just because it's harder to manage. You gotta keep it cool, and it wants to give you a megawatt, and you're like, I can only handle 300 kilowatts. Off-grid like never before. System has nearly 20 times more battery capacity than the current large 12-volt lithium batteries used in RVs. That's probably true. Improved EV handling with battery pack mounted low and centered. Handling is smooth and responsive. EV drivetrain delivers instant torque and reduced sway and quieter ride, giving you more control and comfort on the road. With emergency power for your home, so they have power offboarding. That's nice. All right, so they get into warranty stuff. It's like a blend between the Harbinger site and their own EDU swap, electric drive unit swap, 1.5 hours. Where do we see that before? Maybe old Model S, huh? Battery pack swap in under 30 minutes. And that's probably why they went partially with the what they went with rather than something with a little bit more range. Side-mounted thermal box for quick access. No complex diesel engine repairs. Is it a gas generator? Over-the-air software updates. That's nice. VAS Road Assistance Network. Who is that? Is that from the chassis or from Integra? Remote diagnostic support. Mobile service capabilities. Dealer Academy program. Nationwide coverage. A goal of 100-mile coverage for all customers. Hey, you can drive it to wherever your coverage is. All right, here's another view of the chassis. That's what I like to look at right here. All right, so there's the liquid fuel tank right at the back, Pinto style. Thankfully, it's got a lot more structure on it than a Pinto and Ralph Nader. No, just hit 100 mile swaps. Their investors think that means they're dominating. I don't see it working beyond China's eastern seaboard. Yeah, I'm in agreement that the battery swapping is definitely going to require a density that we don't usually have here in the States. So like New York City, yeah, they can do it, but then they also don't need a car for most of it. And do we have any other cities dense enough where battery swapping would work? Hey, Lee, it's Sunday. Enjoy. Good to see you, Lee. 100 million battery swaps. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Neo is, Neo's the name of the car company. So the thing I saw about the Neo, and the reason I don't ever see the math working out is you got to have enough packs on hand to keep them swapping at max speed continuously. Not just a density, but a density where few have access to home charge. Yes, exactly. That was the other part is because if you tried this in Atlanta, you might be able to have enough people to do it. But one, they're going to waste 15 to 30 miles in traffic and just getting to wherever you put the thing. But most of them can charge at home, so it does make the math a lot harder to make it work. Extra weight and structure, plus it locks you into form factor. That too, and not only that, but then you have to get them to agree on form factors. And if they don't agree, you have to hope that your manufacturer is believing in the sunk cost fallacy and won't Tesla you. And we changed the battery pack. Sorry. If SNX had it, you knew you'd need new ones for the 3 and Y and the one about the Cybertruck. Exactly like that. And we saw what happened to them. My car can swap, even though they hadn't been swapping for years by the time my car was built. But by the time they finally lightly refreshed the SNX for the first time, they got rid of the swapping pack capability. Yeah. But here, like in trucks, I see them having more chances to make that work. But then again, if they just go the Tesla Semi and some of the other competition route of making sure that the human is never waiting on the truck, then you don't have to build in all the stuff to make a swap work beyond a maintenance swap, like they were talking about in that previous, like how many hours it took them to change the battery pack out. Swapping a tiny 1 minute for the 3Y into an X Cybertruck, ridiculous. Oh, but you could do the GM and just have 2 ports. But I don't know how the robot would handle that because then you'd have to like play battery Tetris and then get 2 of them up in there. And would 2 be enough? Would 2 fit correctly? Yeah, exactly. What about different sizes or capacities? Oh yeah, capacities too. Yeah, absolutely. So they said 4 or 5, so I'm guessing it's 1, 2, 3. I see, and I'm guessing that's 4 here, and then 5 would probably just fill in some of that empty space. I see high voltage wires going up to the floorboard there, so that's probably a PTC heater. Or maybe that's going through the firewall, which doesn't make any sense. Why not just go under the cab? Okay. It's exciting as it is, though. And then, like I said, not Pinto style. So even though the fuel tank is hanging out back there, it's probably one of the better places for it. How we solve customer RV pain points. Complex system. Harbinger solution. Remote monitoring. Harbinger solution. Okay, so limited charging infrastructure. 450-mile hybrid range. So they get around the RV service issue by just taking you to a real car manufacturer, truck manufacturer. Okay. North American Service Center locations. Actually, that actually makes me feel better, knowing that you'll be able to take it to the manufacturer rather than wait on some RV place. All right, so I'm going to do this. Now that we know who they are, where they are, let's just go to Harbinger and find the chassis that lines up closest with this and see what they have to say about it. Oh, harbingermotors.com. I could have done that myself. Excuse me. Built without compromise. All right. Don't care about your company people. Came here for the trucks. The video is probably full of music. Let's risk it. Uh-oh. It didn't do anything. Everything shifted, but I didn't do anything. No, nothing. Delivering on clean our planet, protect our communities, change the game, join our team. I came here for the products. Oh, I guess I did come into the R team page. Okay, so there it is. There's their main product right there, step van, aka delivery truck. Work ready vehicles, explore products, talk to an expert, all electric chassis, plug-in hybrid chassis, step van, chassis cab options, medium duty fleet, built-in house, flexible architecture. This one seems smaller than the RV there. Are those eyes? Those look like eyes. Cameras. Interesting. They might not be, but they look like stereo cameras sitting right there. Okay. Looking at it, looked like a spider. Like the hunting eyes on a spider. Let's see. Optimized for class 4 to 6 vehicles, not adapted from passenger platforms. Flexible architecture. So we are going to. If they only have one plug-in hybrid, then we found it. But I'm more interested in their all-electric. Yep, there it is. Up to 500 miles with their plug-in hybrid range extender. That's the one. They've got a different thing going on in the rear there. There's the engine. It's a 4-cylinder. Theirs probably does run diesel, even if the other one doesn't. There's the fuel inlet. 208-inch PHEV, 178-inch PHEV. Okay, so they have two. 500 miles. So 19.5 to 22 and 19.5 to 2,600. 26,000, sorry. And 4 battery packs, or 4 to 5. So to get 4 to 5, that's the same verbiage used. So they are using the 208-inch PHEV. Integrated electric drive unit, max payload up to 13,686. Yep, that's exactly the one they're using. I say exactly. Doesn't mean that they didn't order enough of them to customize it, but get me. There it is. Okay, so now let's spec sheet. I don't want to talk to you. All right, see you, Brian. Good to see you. Don't forget to check out his video on the rear content. That sounded bad. I'm playing whatever you want on the rear screen. There you go. All right, so let's see. Okay, they've got verbiage here that we can download, take a look at. Tailor battery solutions, electric drive unit. Okay, I'll do more of this later. Let's duplicate this tab and go back. And go back again. Let's see what they have on electric. 210 miles with their all electric chassis. See, they could have done it if they cared to take a chance and do it right. 3 wheelbases, endless applications. 158, 178, or 208. And so we've already determined they're on the 200-ish area. That's amazing. I don't know if it's aerodynamics or just more space to put batteries, but the 208 has the most range. 210 miles versus 175 for the shorties. 16 to 22, 19 to 22, 19 to 26. 4 to 5, and 4 to 6. 210 kilowatt hours. So if you don't want to waste any space on a range extender, you can get another backup battery pack in there. Integrated drive unit, 13,350. So a couple hundred less pounds. Probably because the battery is way more than the engine solution. Upon urban delivery, okay. Built-in safety, simplified upfitting, all-weather system, low step-in height. All right. So, spec sheet here. And same situation. I'm going to want to download these and look at them later. So we'll move on to something a little more entertaining than me looking at electric trucks. Share this tab instead. Toyota has a new CEO again. Here's what it means for EVs, China and beyond. Let's see what they think it does. Appointed a new CEO today, ending Koji Sato's tenure after just 3 years. Wow. Sato took over the job from Akito Toyota, the grandson of Toyota's founder, in 2023, and then Akito moved up to chairman, which is why I still blame him for the company failing at EVs. The largest automaker in the world is putting a financial expert behind the wheel for the first time since 2009. Hey, it worked for Apple. Maybe it worked for Toyota. We'll see. Toyota's new boss, Koji Sato, who was appointed CEO January 23, will step down April 1st. Kenta Khan, company's current chief financial officer, is widely regarded as one of the main forces behind the automaker's impressive profits. Okay, so they're looking to continue to make more money. Is that the BZ Cross? That actually looks better with those bikes on the top, even though that's terrible for aerodynamics. And looks a little longer than the other one. All right, that looks better to me than the BZ4X. Still goofy plastic things. The move marks the beginning of regime change. Probably reshuffle, take on the roles of vice chairman. Oh, so Sato's not out. Sato is moving up under Akito further. Vice chairman and chief industry officer. Meanwhile, Kenta Khan will become Toyota's new chief president and chief executive officer. According to the Japanese automaker, under new leadership structure, Sato will focus on broader industry, while Khan will focus on internal company management. Last month, was also appointed the head of Japanese Automaker Association, or JAMA. Interesting. Recognizing the threat that the Japanese car industry faces from Chinese rivals, Toyota added, as the automotive industry faces a challenging business environment, there's a growing need to accelerate practical initiatives for industry collaboration and to strengthen internal competitiveness. Khan told a Friday press conference that Toyota had engineers leading the charge got the edge of the first screen, and then you guys on the camera, and then I need a different background for this one. Khan told a Friday press release that Toyota engineers had leading the charge in technological development. My role is to create a robust and investment environment where they can freely experiment with various ideas, he said. Okay. What did they promise they would tell us in this article? Here's what it means for EVs, China, and beyond. All right, so the fourth instance of EVs. First one, photovoltaic inside EVs. No, so it's the fourth on the page, but the first in the article is right before they ended. During Sato's tenure, the automaker dug deeper into multi-pathway powertrains approach, and it paid off. Toyota went against the trend when other automakers had bet bigger on EVs, only to face harsh realities of changing policies and trade barriers. Meanwhile, Japanese car manufacturers' shares went up 111% under Sato's leadership. All right, so just because they were like too cautious to luck into crazy politicians doesn't mean they did a good thing. It means they got freaking lucky. Toyota and Daihatsu's new tiny EV vans solve a modern problem the old school way. Okay. Toyota's 3-row electric SUV, our best look yet. We'll see if they don't change it first. I'm going to open this in a new tab because it interests me. And then we will look at the comments. Bean counter in charge means almost nothing riskier than hybrids. Yep. They might send the two new EVs scheduled this year to Europe or Canada. Probably. Maybe a bean counter is not weighted to internal combustion like past CEOs. That's the other possibility, and you're right. And can clearly see the trend towards EVs and will expand the EV lineup accordingly. Maybe, depending on how much actual autonomy they give him. I guess he's got the title CEO, but this is a very storied and historic company. EVs now hold about 20% of the market share, and so no one would expect Toyota to move towards 20%. So one could expect Toyota to move towards 20% production. You could hope, but we'll see if they actually, if he pushes that, will they push back and run him out of the country in an instrument crate? We've seen them do it before. John says, John 1701A, not insulting your car. He really likes his BZ. 59 billion in write-offs total between Ford, GM, and Stellantis confirms they were far too optimistic about EV progress. No. Just proves they didn't do it right. Far too many turned a blind eye to consequence-free all-in pledges. Clearly another overpromise, under-deliver situation. That was the problem right there. Not that they were going EV. Because it worked for Tesla, worked for Rivian. Lucid is still around. Fisker died. Not Fisker the man, but Fisker the company, yet again. But people don't learn from history. Toyota focused on sustainable profit during the transition, mitigating risk. Toyota was too conservative. If they had actually gone in on this, they would be so far ahead, and so would the industry. Well, because they were overcautious, others felt it was okay for them to do the same, or to do these half-butt jobs. If you don't have to compete with Toyota, and Tesla seen as a rich man's car, then you have little incentive to put out a good product. Toyota focused on sustainable profit. The BEV will be Highlander BZ, produced in Kentucky specifically for North American consumers. That will sell very well if they do it right. Highlander is super popular. And meanwhile, the rollout of the upgraded BZ, the new CHR, and the new Woodland BZ are taking place here in North America. What exactly is the problem with the bean counter overseeing that? Doesn't appear risky, right? Doesn't want to reply, but that's not a clickable. When Boeing replaced the engineers as CEOs with bean counters and management, more interested in ROI than shareholders, we've seen what happened there. Quality, safety, and ROI took a hit. That is also a possibility. We will keep an eye on it and see what happens. Share this tab instead. Toyota and Daihatsu's tiny new EV vans solve a modern problem the old school way. So cute. The mass-produced EV has an LFP battery that can export energy to power tools and even whole houses. Good to see. And I can't zoom in on that at all, but it's probably Chatamo. Daihatsu and Toyota's new electric K-vans can export energy from their LFP batteries. Huh. The K-van. That means it's going to be a little smaller. The output is going to be regulated. It doesn't mean you can't put more battery in than your motor can use. When it rains, tools can be left plugged in and interior kept dry thanks to an interesting accessory. Does it come with a tent? Sounds like it comes with a tent. And yep, that is a Chatamo port up front. So it makes it very easy for them to do vehicle to home because they've already got kits for that over there in Japan. Small Japanese automaker. Really? Known for its definitive models, just unveiled. In fact, Toyota has its own version of the new electric K-van called the Pixies van BEV, which is built by Daihatsu at its Nakatsu factory in Japan's Oita prefecture. It's not exactly a surprise, though, seeing as how Toyota owns Daihatsu. That's why I say they keep saying, oh, this is small, this and that. So it looks like they're back in business after their fraud. So that's good to see that they're, recovering. All right, so we see here two big lumps. And there we see a battery pack. So I'm guessing that's the motor. So it's near an axle. And that's not. So what is this? Is that the PEM? The power electronics module? Maybe. Interesting. What is a surprise, however, is the old school solution to a modern problem that new generation EVs inadvertently created. Like a lot of new electric cars, Daihatsu's new high-jet K-van can export energy from its lithium iron phosphate battery to power tools, appliances, and even an entire house during an outage. That's because the new e-Hi-Jet's electric architecture, vehicle to load and vehicle to home functionality is baked in. Okay. On the V2H front, tiny front-mounted Chatamo charging port can be used to keep the lights on. Additional hardware is needed. Yeah, you need a box to do the work. On the VCL front, however, things are much simpler. It's a 100-volt household outlet right on the center console, which can provide. Oh, well, if you're just running the extension cord into the van, then yeah, you don't have to worry about it raining. If you just close the door on it. Let's see. Pretty standard these days. Lots of EVs and household outlets on the inside, while others like Hyundai and Kia offer an adapter that plugs into the charging port. Yeah, but if you only have a Chatamo port, I didn't see a L2 port like the Leaf next to it anywhere. Where was I? V2L, 100 volt, maximum 1500 watts, so 100 volts. So yeah, so as it is, it could be run here and just bump that up by 20 more volts. They probably not in the K vehicle, but if they were planning on this, there's their solution right there. Like I said, close the door on it, and run it through the window, or tent. But anyways, 1500 watts. If they were planning on making this thing a little more worldwide, maybe not in the K truck platform, but with the same electronics, they would be. That would be something they could export. It's pretty standard these days with lots of EVs offering household outlets inside, while others like Hyundai and Kia offer an adapter that plugs into the charging port. Like any other EV that the Hi-Jet has, and that's a plastic accessory that can be fitted on top of the driver's side window that has a pass-through for the cable, so that any tool or appliance that needs power outside doesn't need to be plugged in when it rains, or unplugged when it rains. And it's similar to the vents that sometimes used on RVs. Yep. So we've seen it on RVs, and we've seen it on B-class fans, that sort of thing. Where like EcoFlow has a kit for a while. I don't know if they still offer it, but you could make it a little easier to use their wave, the heat pump on Sprinter vans, and maybe the Ram. Simple, it's cheap, and who better to do it than the manufacturer? Yeah, bring it on. It's got a little cable gland. Yeah. On the engineering front, pretty cool. You got compact rear e-axle, makes 63 horsepower. Remember, the K vehicles, again, are limited in their output, so that's not to be unexpected that it be 63 horsepower. Motor, inverter, and reduction gear into a single unit. 772 pounds. That's a little heavy for a K car, isn't it? Capability, capacity. Not bad. 772 pound maximum loading capacity is the same as the gas version. Oh, Slimy's here. Let me invite Slimy to speak if this thing is not on super delay. Boop. There you are. And the battery allows a cruising range of up to 160 miles. Not bad. On the WLTC cycle. Well, that might be bad. Now, recharging the pack from when low warning comes on up to 80% takes about 50 minutes. That's to be expected for any competently designed EV. Hola! The 20% to 80% charge in 50 minutes. I read that wrong. 50 minutes. I was thinking it said 20 to 30 minutes. 50 is a little bit slow, but the battery might also be a little bit small. So what's new with you?
Well, I wish Elon's partner Siobhan a happy birthday. Today is
Happy birthday
Elon's
to Siobhan.
girl's birthday.
Over at Neuralink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elon's partner, girlfriend, whatever. People keep telling me I'm lying about them being dating.
I mean, they're smashing at least.
But yeah, and then we have Starship launch in a few weeks.
Yeah, have they put a date on it yet? Or just soon?
No. Why would Elon put a date on anything?
Oh, if he did it, then I wouldn't hold my breath. But if anybody else at the company did, then yeah.
If he puts a date on anything, what would you? And now we got the Grok Imagine winners.
Oh. I need to see if it can do anything with the STL files.
I get that. Most people who got like Elon's attention.
Yeah. I'm trying to shape out these little retention rings, and I'm slow going at it. Let's see. Oh man, I totally wasted those eggs. They're cold now for sure. The pancakes I knew about. I don't mind cold pancakes.
But eggs cold? No. You can't have eggs cold.
No. Hopefully they're not at a level of moisture where microwaving them would make them more dry.
Ew. Don't microwave eggs. Don't microwave eggs. Maybe Elon's hanging out with Siobhan today and the kids.
Maybe. I mean, it would be.
I honestly hope he spends time with his partner. That's what he's called her. He's called her a partner a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And today's her 40th birthday.
Maybe.
I didn't think Siobhan was 40.
And she doesn't look, old, so.
Yeah, she don't look 40.
Okay, the Bright Drop is dead. That might be an old article. It might be a current one. The E-Sprinter rocks. Now it's $30,000 cheaper. I didn't realize they'd reduced the price on the E-Sprinter. Now, if
I just can't wait to see how high prices will go up for Model S and X.
I'm curious what they will do with it.
Because they're discontinuing them.
Exactly. See, that would be a perfect opportunity for Tesla to come out with a van by now. A Bright Drop is going dark.
But if you actually watch the unveil from 2012 of the Model X, that was the version of the minivan.
Yeah.
Because Elon said minivan, something else, all into one car, which was the Model X.
Yeah.
And then they went goodbye.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people is, oh, you just got spanked by a minivan. People are like, it's not a minivan. Like, yes, it is.
Elon always called it a minivan.
He did? I didn't realize he did.
Back in, like, he always considered.
Considered it. Yeah, definitely.
He literally comparing it to minivans. The three things. He's like, we wanted a more stylish minivan. I'm like, and he's like, here it is.
Yeah.
A stylish minivan that's in a shape of an SUV, but has as quick a speed as a sports car.
Yeah.
All in one car.
All right, so this Bright Drop article is not new. I was thinking that they were saying that something more than what they'd already said about it, but it was an old article. And the Mercedes 30K price drop was around Thanksgiving.
I'm so done hearing about this stupid Super Bowl.
When is it?
Today.
Oh, okay.
At like 6.
The big game.
The game today.
Big game.
Yeah, you can't hear nothing out about it. So
I guess I explain why some things are so quiet today.
Especially with the Super Bowl commercial that X just did.
Oh, they did one. Okay.
Yeah, they did a Super Bowl commercial contest.
Oh, contest. Okay.
You could win $1 million.
Oh, nice. And they've got it.
250 and something else. There was 3 winners.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you're talking about? The Grok? Imagine they made Grok make the commercial.
Yeah, they made commercials for Grok and that. And got like first place got $1 million. Second place I think got 250.
Oh man.
Okay, and then I don't remember what.
I could take $1 million for putting prompts into Grok.
Yeah.
The problem was
we all could.
Loaded extended wheelbase model I drove was $93,563. That's expensive. I couldn't quite square whether it was a fair value given its low running costs and that no one else really offers a van like this. You don't have to Mercedes put a 30K incentive on the 2024 models. Oh, that's not the same thing, and it's from November, so they're probably all gone. Moving on. Talking about the ID, Volkswagen took many risks with the ID4, and here's where it needs to go next. Okay, so they're getting ready for the refresh, now that this is the refresh. As Volkswagen prepares its next generation models, lessons from the ID4 will prove crucial to their success, or for their success. I read it too fast. When Volkswagen began selling in 2021, it was supposed to mark the start of something big. Yeah, but they really screwed that launch up. It's not what happened. Instead, the VW ID4 quickly earned a reputation for buggy software and poor ergonomics that left early adopters irritated. Granted, the car evolved quite a bit over the years, and its recent versions are the most dialed in it's ever been. And that's how it works with legacy cars. You buy the last one before they refresh it, and it's going to be the best one they've made for a long time. The refresh could get better, or it could undo everything that they did. That's why people like to buy the last one before the new one comes out, so they know, and they get a discount. Also, they're also pretty reliable because most of the problems have been worked out typically. Even if the ID4 didn't dethrone Tesla or Toyota in America, it was never going to. It's hard to overstate the importance. I mean, you just need options. That's all. You don't need to get all flowery with your descriptions. All right, so as tested 56, base price 45, battery 82 kilowatt hours gross, 77 usable. EV range of 263 to 291. You would think that, with a battery under 100, you could just easily get that to 300 by putting 20 more kilowatt hours in there, right? Charge type CCS or NACS with adapter. Charge type time 10 to 80% in 30 minutes, 175 kilowatts. And that's interesting, 10 to 80 instead of 20 to 80. I bet if they did 20 to 80 and the charge curve was reasonable, it would get there to the 20 minutes. Rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Power output of 282 to 335 horsepower. Maximum torque is 402 foot-pounds. Sounds kind of low for an EV. Efficiency is 2.8 to 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour observed. Well, it is a SUV crossover, so I guess. Okay. And to convert that into watt hours per mile, you're looking at 280 and 330. Okay, that's actually decent compared to my large SUV. But this is not a large SUV. This is a mid-size SUV. I'm just kind of glazing through this review. I'm not actually, nothing's calling out what they need to do. Is that the first one and the current one? Or is that the concept and and what you got? I don't care enough to find out. Next. Sorry. If you wanted to have a discussion about the ID, let me know and I can go back to it. Dealerships are shady, man says. Texas Toyota dealership agreed to sell Highlander Hybrid for $26,900, then jacked up the price. Okay. So the way I read the headline before was that that he was that they messed with his trade. But I've also seen this done a couple times too, as I read the headline correctly. From $26,900 to $35,100. Ooh, that's not a little bit. That's not a little bit. Let's find out his side of the story. Disgruntled car buyer left the dealership after he claimed the business wouldn't honor a vehicle's advertised price. I've seen that done a couple times. I hated working for managers that did that. Thankfully, very few managers that I had to deal with were that shady. Posted a viral clip on TikTok. He explains in the video that he was looking to purchase a large vehicle to use while he drives for Uber, and that one Highlander Hybrid at Toyota of Richardson caught his eye. They advertised this Toyota Highlander Hybrid for $26,900, and then when I got there, they pre-approved me. My credit union pre-approved me. Okay. Sounds like he's going to miss something obvious about car buying. Let's see how it goes. Nick says the dealership initially told him they couldn't accept outside financing. Run. Dealerships can accept outside financing. They like money. Whoa. First I run into my knife with the chair arm, and then I smack my glasses. Okay. They can't accept outside financing, they claim. They were eventually able to overcome that obstacle. Okay. However, if he wouldn't pay for the vehicle via their in-house financiers, he would then have to have a slew of extra charges added to the total price. This place doesn't sound very good at all. They're like, okay, we'll do your financing, but you're going to get all these additives added on. We're going to put this warranty on. We're going to put these extras on, and now the price becomes to be $35,100, Nick says. Yeah, I'd be gone. Nick says, I'm like, the advertised price is $26,900. I'm not doing anything other than the advertised price. He continued. Their guy said, well, we can go down to $31,000. No. Yeah, I've had the get him in the door price crap. Ugh. I mean, you can work around it, but why should you have to work around it? If you have the one out there and the customer wants the stick shift cloth and crank windows for $100 a month that you're advertising and they qualify, boom, there it is. Or, if they got cash and you told them it's $15,000 and there it is, $15,000 on the table, let's roll. Don't just dick these people around. Say, hey, do you want the undercoating? Or, hey, do you want an extra warranty? And we're going to add this on. That's fine. But to say literally this thing in the paper is not there. People wonder why dealerships get the reputation they get when they do crap like this. So far, I'm leaning to his side. I'm curious what they have to say, but so far, it sounds like the usual tricks I've seen. And the usual, not meaning like common, like all the time, here they go, but like there are enough of them out there that even as somebody who sold cars, you have seen the mess. All right, so we get down to 31. No. See, the one exception to all of this would be, these advertisers for 20, whatever they said. And then they say, okay, well, we have a $600 paperwork fee. Okay, fine. Everybody's got, to pay the price of the doc fee, whatever. But to just change the price? Nah. The only exception would be here is if they said, oh, yeah, if we advertised the one unit and then we traded it or whatever I guess you can't do that and still advertise it, but they got the one, and you're not looking at the one. You're looking at the one next to the one. That's less shady. But if you just cannot do the one in the ad and it's sitting on the lot, The dealership refusing to sell the car for the advertised price, Nick says he walked away. Smart man. Trending news desk. Dealership add-ons. Other buyers have vented the frustration with fine print editions, the vehicles that jack up their out-the-door pricing. Yeah, but if you're going to advertise it, put that crap in the advertisement. The jack up the out-the-door pricing. Motor One previously reported on a woman who tried purchasing a car from a Honda dealership. Her experience was soured due to the fact that the sales rep refused to remove additional expenditures added to the car total bill of sale. Don't buy it. Then trade one in. That doesn't have all the stuff you don't want. One selling point that appeals to drivers looking to own electric vehicles is that many states allow manufacturers to sell directly to consumers. That is, you won't have to worry about purchasing a car via a middleman, such as the dealership, to own the car. That was Tesla's main selling point right there, other than a nice car. Tesla famously offers direct EV sales, which is a pro some car buyers consider when looking for a new ride. The Electrification Coalition has published a map detailing which states allow for electric vehicles to be sold. None of the ones I ever live in. Straight from automakers, this includes Oregon, Idaho, California, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, Arizona, Virginia, Tennessee, Missouri, Minnesota, Illinois, Florida, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Maryland, Delaware, and Massachusetts. Yeah. In Washington, Nevada, Mississippi, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Georgia, North Carolina, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York, direct consumer sales exist only for certain manufacturers. And the rest of the U.S. strictly prohibits EV sales to car buyers. Directly to car buyers. Car dealer won't honor the advertised price. Different states have varying rules when it applies to misleading or false advertising claims. Texas's news outlet, the NBC-DFW, I'm guessing that's NBC Dallas-Fort Worth, highlighted a state DMV ruling that if a car is being advertised for a sale price, then the seller must be willing to sell the motor vehicle for the featured price. So it sounds like Nick there has himself a claim if he wants to fight it. Additionally, FTC urges customers to report businesses they believe are being dishonest about sales tactics, including speciously advertised pricing for its inventory. Inside EVs reached out to Toyota Richardson and Nick via email for further comment. Well, let's see how old the story is. They still don't have it. It doesn't have a date on it. Oh, there it is. January 27th. So I have a feeling that they're not going to get more on this. It's a very common scam dealers do. Good old bait and switch using their financing. Not very common, but too common. My worst car buying experience was with a Toyota dealership in which a special order RAV4 Prime. Yes, you can do that. Made it to multiple sales department people. I met with and emailed and spoke on the phone that we'd be trading in a car, putting down some cash, and using our bank to take out an auto loan. Why is my screen drifted so far? There we go. I just realized I was reading through the other screen, which meant I'm not looking at the camera. Oh, I see how this. I've been not taking out a Toyota loan, and they said that was fine. But on the day we were to take possession of the car, I walked in with two checks. One, our cash down payment, and the other, a second bank check from our bank after we'd gotten an auto loan. And that was when I met the finance guy for the first time. We had to sign the paperwork to finalize the sale. He probably said that he would not allow us to take out a bank loan. That any amount we wanted to borrow had to be done with Toyota. And if I refused, they'd refuse to sell me the car. I was floored. Yeah, I'm already floored for you. What do they care if I get them a single check out of my own bank? They're not going to get their finance kickback. That's why. What? He can take a finance flat. He doesn't get to tell you have to finance your car. I'd call the owner on that crap. Before I even get anywhere else, just what's the name of the place on the side? Is that you? Oh, your name's not on the side of the building? Let me see what Mr. Name on the side of the building has to say about this. See how quickly they change their tune. Talk about sleazy. Wellesley to it in the Boston area. Okay, yeah, I'm calling Mr. Wellesley. See what he has to say about this. Oh, he says this? All right. We'll call those organizations. Southern EVR says, I had something similar when buying my Ioniq 5 in the dark days of car buying in 2022. The cars were hard to find at the time without massive markups, so I traveled almost 1,000 miles to buy the car. Even with pristine 850 credit, we called that in the industry, we called that the Jesus Welcome Water credit. They wouldn't allow me to use the financing promoted on their website. They forced me to use in-house financing. Wait, what? Yeah, some of these finance guys are getting a little uppity there, aren't they? So I signed immediately. They forced me to use in-house financing, or they would not sell me the car. So I signed immediately, set up a refi at a rate compared to the advertised financing, and paid off the loan within a week. I assume that meant the dealer finance guy didn't get the bonus for the loan. That's another way to stick it to him. Just pay it off before it before it settles. Yeah, screw that guy. I was going to use another word, but I don't use those words on my show. I'm like FDK, yeah. Didn't get the bonus for the loan. Serves them right for the bait and switch. I'll give you that one. Just get petty with it. I like it. It's an age-old complaint. Dealerships offering a killer come-on price that they have no intention of honoring, often on the car the dealership doesn't have. That's the reason there are laws against it in most places. Back in the 90s, the local car dealership was advertising an Infiniti G20 for 30% off the MSRP on a base model with a stick shift. Exactly what I wanted. It turns out the dealer didn't have the car, and there wasn't a single base model stick shift anywhere in America. Oh, snap. I told them to order one, and it came from Japan about 4 months later, and I paid the advertised price. That's how it's supposed to work. Well, I mean, one, they're supposed to have it, but yeah, I'm paying the advertised price, right? Share the tab instead. We're going to look at pedal assist, cargo cages, part e-bike, part van. This new class of pedal-powered vehicles is overhauling last mile delivery and the fabric of urban life. Also, that's the Rivian. Rivian makes one of these. I knew they made the pedal bike and the e-bike, but wow, I didn't realize they did this. That's cool. Climbing onto the Honda Fast Sport E-Quad is quite literally just like getting on a bicycle, except easier. 4 wheels and a broad diamond plate. Oh, excuse me. All right. These look fun. Not that I have anything to deliver in urban areas like this that I would want to take a pedal cab. I can see doing fun stuff with it, like maybe putting a food truck in the back of the box there. Some solar panels on top if it was tall enough to stand in. Yeah. There's the one by Rivian. They also. And they have a roadster version. Look at that. So the roadster version I could easily see being turned into, not the tuk-tuk, rickshaw. Yeah. Put some seats back there. Rickshaw. And that cargo one looks useful. Again, not for me personally, but I like it. But, the rickshaw would be fun. And again, it's actually a lot taller, so I would definitely like the idea of the food truck in the also. All right. I bet you somebody does it. There's Prime. Amazon's using it. Is that the also? It doesn't look like it. It's not. And then there's the bike. I really want the also bike, e-bike. I like it. I don't have the spare scratch for it, but I like it. Also don't have anywhere to ride, right where we are now. But if we start traveling the country again, like I said, e-bike is a good way to not have to bring a whole second car or Uber everywhere. Updated rickshaw. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What Street says. The requirement to pedal reminds me about Locomotive Act of 1865. The Red Flag Act imposed a speed limit of 2 miles per hour on road locomotives in towns, 4 miles per hour in the country. They increased the crew to 3, of which one was to walk about 60 yards carrying a red flag. No doubt the requirement to pedal is a consequence of lobbying in Brussels. If I could have an electric tricycles with no need to pedal up to 25 kilometers an hour, and better weather street dirt protection, it could get many out of their cars. And that's why you have the cartel there, the cabal, the protection of the legacy auto industry. Consumers have no clue who makes good EVs, according to a report. Yeah, that's for sure. Some Model 3 can vaccine. Tesla's latest approach isn't working. Curious what that is all about. I guess we're going to stay on inside EVs for the day, and then I will leave for calories. Consumers have no clue who makes good EVs. Am I reading this chart upside down, or are you? Americans seem to think Toyota and Honda make the best EVs. Oh, crap. Really? No. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but that's pretty demonstrably false. It's a good reminder that consumer sentiment often lags the reality on the ground. I mean, I'd be one thing if the reports from the long-term reviewers were saying this, like their they're like repairs per mile or any of their other weird metrics that they use, but on vibes, no. Sorry, I'm reading this thing up and down. Where were the respondents? For those not up to date on the EV market, Toyota and Honda are widely perceived as being laggards in the EV market. Exactly. Both companies were pioneers of hybrid technology, but conservative company cultures have made them hesitant to go all in on EVs. Toyota's only long-range EV, the BZ4X, arrived, and now I think it's just called BZ, but either way, arrived to critical scorn and lacked many of the must-have EV features. The company has improved things dramatically for 2026, and the new model's on the way, but it's still far from blazing the trail. View intensity score. Tesla got a negative 14 on whatever this metric is, and Toyota got a 21. Oh no. No. This is all vibes. Yeah. Positive net positive view, net not familiar, no opinion. It's 9% on Tesla. Negative view was 37% and 27% positive. Yeah, no. That's. I mean, whether you like the company or not doesn't mean that it's reliable or not. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Anyway, moving on to other actually impactful things because I don't care about vibes. I don't know what this is about being whether it's actually impactful or not. Tesla's latest approach isn't working. Tesla's new cheap variants failed to lift its fortunes in Europe. Plus, is Ford really teaming up with Xiaomi? All right, so we're only in February. So the European sales will start at the end of this month in earnest. So that's not a good metric yet. Now for a whole quarter, yes, but they haven't had the standards up for a whole quarter yet. So in fact, now they're not standards anymore. They're just model blank. I was going to say Model X, but there is a Model X for now. If you're a electric vehicle enthusiast in the States, you can't help but be a bit jealous of Europe right now because they have a massive selection. And they can get the China cars too for cheap. Yep, that's what he says next. Welcome back to Critical Materials. 25% European sales show few signs of life in January. Okay, skip all of that. If you're looking at just 1 month of Tesla sales, you need a whole 3 of them in a row to say anything useful. 50% a Ford Xiaomi tie-up in the works. Xiaomi says no. Oh, Interesting. Well, Jeremy says no, then that's all I'm actually interested in. 75% are some U.S. dealers finally playing the long game on EVs. I know some of the ones around this building sure are. They put in DC fast chargers. They have whole lines of truck EVs ready to go. Pickup truck EVs, not like we were looking at the beginning of the show. 100%. Could Tesla mount a car comeback at this point? Yeah. If Elon Musk woke up one day and decided Tesla should get back into cars, what would you want to see? What features or new models could reverse the sales decline, or is the brand damage permanent at this point? Well, people are still buying them. They're still selling quite well, not as well as they have been in the past. But just make the prices right, make the options compelling, and get our dude to stop talking into microphones and tweeting at all hours of the night, and that will all resolve itself, I think.
Good luck.
Yeah, that part.
Good luck. I'm shocked my phone isn't currently blowing up.
Right?
He actually hasn't been active in 2 hours.
Maybe he's at a birthday party.
Good. I hope. That's my hope and dream, but
Right?
who knows? He could be working.
I mean, I don't think it's...
Elon's stopping posting. That ain't ever happening.
Yeah. I'm not saying stopping, but like just kind of like thinking before he tweets or something. I don't know. But
He's gonna do that?
Yeah, he's not gonna do that either. No. I would say that it's not actually competition that's the biggest detractor from them right now, but him, and just him not being.
I saw someone on Instagram, Ego for Electric,
saying
that Elon should be ousted as CEO at Tesla, and I'm like,
I mean, any other company,
biggest mistake that Tesla can make.
Any other company would have done it by now.
Elon.
So to do it now, kind of like oh, you guys are finally awake. But at the same time, if they did that at this point, would it actually help anything, or would it hurt? Yeah, some people would be happy, but would the company?
It would hurt the company, because I still remember when the legacy media came out. It was like, oh, Tesla's trying to find a new CEO. Tesla's trying to find a new CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And then stock dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be good for the stock, but what I'm wondering is, would it be any good for the product or the customers? I think
a lot of people said that that Tesla wouldn't be Tesla without Elon.
I still think that
even a lot of customers say the same thing.
They are. I still think that they would be better served if he would, get a grown up to run the company.
Stop posting and talking to the microphone, which is never going to happen.
Yeah, that especially. But I mean, if he got a grown up to run the company, like over at SpaceX with Glenn Shotwell, and then he just did the stuff that he found fun, I think.
So Elon's not a grown up then?
He's not. There's no way he is. He's a man baby. A smart man baby.
I've heard man child. I've never heard about man baby. Dang.
But like if he could do what he wants to do, like,
well, if you really do look, but if you look in his history, when his childhood, he didn't have time to be a child.
Right. So, but I mean,
he's just sort of living the dream now.
Yeah, but if he took the time to do what he found fun, I'll
be right back. My sister just got home. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll continue this when you get back, because I got some stuff to say about that. Oh. All right, let's see. Cattle says ultra fast charging won't kill its new batteries. I think we touched on that earlier. New Blazer SS has one big problem GM can't ignore, and the Nissan Leaf 70-mile-per-hour highway range test. Can it beat its EPA range? Maybe. Is that Tom? That looks like Tom. Let's see. Really? Is that the last article? No, my thing is just not scrolling. There's no way that's the last article. Scroll. It's loading. That's not Tom. But it is out of spec, though. Okay, those are the only two I would expect to do a 70-mile-an-hour test anyway. So let's see. Estimated range between 259 and 303. Lowest range rating is for the most expensive version, the Platinum Plus. It's because it's the heaviest. The biggest tires probably too. or biggest wheels, I should say. I'm going to close that and close this extra copy of this article. There we go. Share this tab instead. Europe won't ban gas cars by 2035 after all. Now Mercedes is worried. Until recently, European manufacturers were preparing for the 2035 ban on combustion engines and must now adapt to eased regulations. Monkey's paw. Mercedes says that EU's softening of the 2035 gas car rules may increase uncertainty and shrink the market. Yeah. That's why you don't go flip-flopping and changing up stuff on the consumer. Yeah, make them upset. Looser targets force automakers to keep investing in both combustion and electric power. Ooh, yeah. You weren't warned. Now you got to invest in both of them because you want it to be cheap instead of just getting volume on the thing that was not the cheapest and making it the cheapest. It's a really simple formula. One motor, one battery, one control circuit, basic car on top. Done. And then you make it more fancy from there if you want. Mercedes-Benz was among the many automakers that lobbied Brussels to soften the European Union's 2035 ban on the sale of new combustion cars. And now the body is easing up its aggressive approach push for all-electric future. Mercedes CEO Ola Kolinas says the revisions risk creating more uncertainty than less. Well, instead of saying less, you put it to tell them what you wanted, and not just let us keep making pollution cars. Kolinas told Reuters on the sidelines of the new Mercedes S-Class launch that the EU had opened the door slightly for now, but warned that there was a great risk that the market will shrink on the way there. Yep. Proposed changes still need to clear the EU's legislative process, and there's likely still room for change before they become law. It's a surprising statement from an executive who begged the EU for a reality check on its all EV goals. Well, you asked for a reeval. They did it. You should have focused them on what you wanted. A strict 2035 endpoint is brutal, but it is also easy to understand and plan for. Look at Norway. Norway did it 20 years early from where they first started. They started at 2050, and then they went to 2045, then they went to 2040, and then they said, okay, it's 2035, and the EU jumped in at that point. And here they are done at 2025. We're in 2026 now. Norway is done with their EV transition. They still sell some gas cars, and they're not getting rid of your used cars. But at 98% penetration, they succeeded. Don't back down. Do make some more trucks, though. Trucks and vans, we need them. European Commission's proposed shift from a complete ban to a 90% CO2 reduction. What do you mean we have to make hybrids? We wanted to make the stuff with open tailpipes. 90% reduction target relative to 2021 is forcing automakers to adjust plans, but they don't yet know what to adapt to. Well, you had a target, and now the target is moved. You asked for this. Most cars in 2035 in America will still have gas engines, according to Bosch. Literally, yes. But if you mean new cars, you're smoking that good stuff, Bosch. You want to toss a little this way? Let's sample that. Volvo's CEO just said the quiet part out loud. Yeah, we talked about that. Volvo said to undo it is stupid, but I think they were still on the line to get it done. Kia is perfectly fine with the EU's 2035 combustion engine ban. Did I just get a delivery? Is that another earthquake? We've had 3 or 4 earthquakes in the last 6 months. Okay, it said someone is wandering. So, Amazon? And it says it's pronounced as if wandering to me, but I think it's actually saying loitering. But they did a bad job, and loitering comes out as wandering. Someone is wandering. Even if automakers like Mercedes-Benz say they are flexible and can deliver the powertrains, someone is still wondering who at my house.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
My sister got home. She went to Pennsylvania for the weekend.
Ah, how did she do?
And she got me my favorite energy drink, and I'm very happy.
What is your favorite energy drink?
The strawberry sunrise Alani.
Strawberry sunrise what?
Oh, it's my favorite. It's strawberry sunrise Alani energy drink.
Huh.
But I can't find it anywhere. So she found it and bought 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, is my family wondering?
And then when he said, "Oh, there's already a Model X," I went, "Well, not anymore."
Right? Well, it still is for another couple months.
Sexy's going away.
Yeah.
That's so Elon's like, "It'll still be there."
No,
No,
it
it
won't.
won't. It's not the same.
Exactly. Okay.
Having the cars being produced makes it sexy.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the two that make it that being produced after June, won't be that anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
It'll
like I'm
just
saying,
be
if he could do the
3Y and C
3Y,
and C,
cyber vehicle, cyber cab, cyber thing, and
cyber truck.
oh, Cybertruck. Oh, you're talking about the ones they actually make. You're talking
Roadster.
about the ones they actually make. Okay, good. So 3Y and C, and the Semi is supposed to open up towards the end of this month, I think. And yeah, so Semi, 3, Y, and Cybertruck is all they got right now.
I was so sad to see the Model S and X go.
Me too. I was hoping for a new Model X before they did it.
Really, Model X Plaid, fastest family SUV in the world.
Right, 0 to 60
They're getting
in
rid
3
of it.
seconds or less. Heck yeah! And
You have a literal vehicle.
Yeah, I think mine is 2.8, and the Plaid is 2.5, something like that for the X. It's a bus, and then it's gone. The so yes, if he could do his thing of just tinkering with whatever he wants to tinker with, and then coming up with these harebrained ideas that everybody's like, that's impossible, and they do it like, oh, that was actually really cool. And then doing the Steve Jobs things of like, he's just creeping in the bushes and bang, oh no, this engineer's had a heart attack because the man joined the elevator with him. Yeah, if he could just do that, I think the company would be great. But right now it's mercurial, just like the guy who is.
I can't wait
the
to see when Optimus is back in.
I don't know. That was the other thing that got me. Like, so you need to close S and X to make Optimus, but you said that Optimus is going to be made in Austin. So
it's still going to be made in Austin. A version of it's going to be made in Austin.
So then, why not just make it in Austin instead of killing S and X? I mean, they could have just killed S and X on their own by the numbers.
Was even not he was awake when he made these decisions.
Like zombie? Yeah, he could be in zombie mode.
Or if he was just. Did you watch the recent Elon interview that came out?
I did not. Can you send me a link, please?
With Cheeky Pint?
I did not. If you send me a link, please, I'd like to watch it.
Oh my gosh. If you've ever wanted to see Elon drunk, that's where.
I can see it.
It is awesome.
So this kind of reminds me of when Kevin Paffrath asked him what about getting track mode on Model X? And he's like, the X has track mode. No, the X has cheetah mode. It doesn't have track mode. No X whatsoever. And like, dude, I mean, I know you got 8 companies, but you could know some, and it's not like you asked them like how many millimeters between the cup holders on the X. You asked them something that the spokesperson should know.
It's if you watch that interview, you literally see Elon like how he's typically a slow talker and everything. Towards the end, it will literally be him going like a million words a second.
That'll be interesting. Yeah,
and he starts turning red in the face.
Oh,
he had 4 pints of Guinness by the end of this interview.
Wait, he got sauced on stage, like he was drinking on stage.
Yes, they were drinking it.
That sounds like a hoot. I gotta see this.
It's awesome.
Yeah, are you gonna DM or how are you gonna send it to me?
I'm gonna have to find it first.
Okay, I'll look for that because
it shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
He doesn't. I can't. I would say he hasn't posted as often.
Yeah,
that would be a lie.
Just slightly less often. Yeah, because
Elon hasn't been posting would be just a lie.
Yeah, I can hit that up while I like nap the child or something.
It is so. It's a great 3 hours.
Oh, I'll definitely be watching it on 1.5x there.
It's literally 3 hours, 2 hours and 40 something minutes exactly.
Okay.
But I highly recommend watching it at normal speed so you can see the difference in Elon's behavior by the end of it.
It'll still come through.
From the beginning to end, it's amazing to see how buzzed Elon actually gets.
Okay. I'll pay attention to that as well. So EV Follower says that Tesla needs new captain at the helm. This will take the bitter taste out of some potential buyers and owners regretting their purchase and looking for. The other day, I was behind a Model S and it still had chrome, but it was not a guppy mouth like the one I had, and it had the bumper sticker. I bought this before he was crazy, but it wasn't the actual bumper sticker. Like they printed it out and taped it to the inside of the window.
Oh my god. Are people still that petty?
They did. It could have been in there a while, but
if you don't like Elon, just sell your car.
Why? I like my car. I like my car. Why should I sell it just because he's doesn't have a filter?
I'm just talking about the dude who went, I bought this before Elon was crazy stickers.
Oh, I mean, I did.
You don't like.
But I did buy it.
Elon's always been crazy if you really think about it.
Well,
he's never not been crazy.
Yeah, but that's not the crazy they mean. But I mean, I didn't buy or print a sticker for it though. Although if I parked someplace where they were vandals, I might consider it. But this place, the plates on the guy's car suggest that he didn't have that problem. He just wanted to let the world know that this car's old. Don't look at me. No. This car's old. Don't think I did this. Because they all look the same to somebody who doesn't know what they're looking at, right? The 2012 and 2026.
I sent you
they
the
look very
link
close.
to the
in X. Okay, I will watch that this week. Thank you. If Tesla wants to branch out,
learn a lot of Tesla stuff from it.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a Tesla fab. Is what he's talking about doing.
Yeah, the fab seems less out there now, and less like they're gonna have a hard time spinning it up quickly. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be fast by any means, but it might be quick for fabs, based on some of the last things I heard him say about it. But
did you see that now technically anyone on the Sex app is now SpaceX employees?
Yes, I saw that. Started out with that, and I was confused.
Saying Tesla's next.
I'm wondering, and it would make sense, because I started out with one of the EV places I watch. They canceled their Starlink because of him, and I was like, well, that's their prerogative. But I was like, man, I don't want this yet another. It feels like there's gonna be another wave of pressure to sell your car, even though it's perfectly good and paid off. Like I don't want that, but I do support them choosing to spend their money how they want. I just don't want the extra just baggage. And so I was lamenting that he is constantly out there versus other CEOs. I don't know how they, I mean, I know in my heart probably what they are, but I can't confirm, that they're this, that, or the other. So I can't
Would you rather have a CEO that's out there and truthful, or a CEO that's not out there and lies all the time?
And so that was the other part I came on. I was like, well, at least this way he's not a snake in the grass. You know exactly where he stands and what lines you want to cross and don't want to cross versus, again, I don't know.
If you have a CEO that's out there and lies and you don't know where they stand, and then you can't obviously judge them based on that.
Right.
Elon doesn't give a crap if you judge him. He's like, oh, well.
Yeah. So that point,
Elon always has said that if you hate on him, it just gives him more motivation to keep doing what he's doing.
Hopefully, it would also allow him to
bring the hate on half the time.
Hopefully, it would allow him to introspect and listen to what people are saying, though. Some of the stuff he says need not be said.
Not all the time.
Yeah, sometimes.
I still remember when one of his best friends kept trying to lock his phone in a safe.
Yes.
So he couldn't post at 3 a.m. That didn't go in their favor.
It did not.
Elon just went and got it out again.
Yeah, but like the South Africa stuff that came up this week. What happened? They finally got something in South Africa, and people were like, "Oh, why now?" And I'm like, "Well, he doesn't really seem to have an affinity for the country.
Well, the fact that South Africa is literally telling him, you can't have internet here because you're not black.
That's not what they're saying. But what I'm saying is like.
That is
I remember what it was. They came to Monaco.
They are going to give him an internet license to sell Starlink there because Elon isn't black. That is the legit reason why they won't have Starlink in South Africa.
Don't be mean, baby. My baby just beat up the toddler and laughing and took her drink. And is laughing that she's crying.
Oh, I'm laughing. That's funny.
It is funny, but I mean, don't give her anything that's gonna make me messy.
I can't deny it. Dang it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she can have one. Tell her I said to make her. No, don't give that to Makoto. All right, break it in half and give her that. I'm gonna give me one. Thank you.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, she's trying to take my cookie now. I'm not gonna get beat up like your sister.
I'm always gonna be an Elon fan. No one can do anything to change that.
Well, I mean, what they were saying was, all right, great. They finally came to Monaco, right? But why isn't he in South Africa first? And I said he has no affinity for the place. He got beat up as a kid, and and their politics.
He
and then of course the black stuff. However he perceives it.
He sort of wants. Even though the funniest part about the situation is the South African president keeps coming at Elon saying, you should invest back in your home country. Come on, show us some love.
They should.
And then he tries to do that with Starlink and they go, oh no, we can't. You're not black.
I don't think it was that. But it could
literally the reason. South Africa's killing white people.
Not any more than like they're killing farmers or something, but not white farmers. Now
they were killing white farmers. Yes, they were.
But they were killing black farmers too. They were just killing farmers.
No, they weren't.
They were. But anyway, besides that, he has no love for the country to the point where they would have got the cars first.
Why would he?
Like I said, they beat him up, and then he's got this other thing going on as well. So yeah, no.
Did you notice my PP, my little profile picture?
It does look different. Let me see.
If you zoom close enough.
I see the Cybertruck background. It's gray. Why is it gray? Let me click it again.
Do you see who's on my shoulder?
I'm looking. Hold on, because when I clicked on it, it went gray. View the photo. Oh, he's on your shoulder. Isn't that sweet?
And it's not like a really where you can see it right closely.
Yeah.
So some people will just glaze at it. And I'm like, do you still notice? They like, notice what? I'm like,
he looks sad. It looks like he looks depressed. Why?
I like this whole Siobhan and him scenario has X divided in a certain ways.
Why? He needs any kind of.
Siobhan are just. There are people who are saying Elon and Siobhan are just business partners, and there's people saying they're dating.
Well, they have a kid, right? So
they have 4.
Oh, they have 4 just between the two of them? Wow.
Yes, they have 4 kids between the two of them. She sat on Elon's lap during back inauguration days and they held hands recently.
Oh, it sounds like a high school romance, holding hands in public. But
I'm like, really? Business?
He could use some moderating influences since he's not getting it from his brother or anybody else who can tell him when he's gone open loop.
Elon's brother's the person who. If I read the Walter book and I sort of realized this pattern where every time Elon was in a crisis, an employee or somebody would call Kimball and it's like, hey, come get your brother in line.
Yeah.
And then Kimball would go there and Elon would get in line again. So Kimball is sort of Elon's. I don't know.
But it seems that that's not being as effective as it was. Yeah, Anchor. Kimball will come to him and say, open loop. And he doesn't seem to care anymore. So there's that.
Yeah.
But again, the whole point of that was that, like you said, we know where he is and what stands and what's influencing him, and so he's not able to hide that. But it'd be nice if it weren't so in everybody else's face, I guess. So that way they wouldn't feel the urge to put pressure on you to do stuff that doesn't necessarily work. Like, hey, buy a car that's less safe for your family.
You isn't really pressuring them to do anything. That's their own minds.
No. Them pushing on me. It's like, hey, why don't you
They're not pressuring you to do much of anything.
No, they are very loud. Don't pull your own hair, child. They why don't you sell your car? I'm like, well, one, it's paid off 8 years ago, so no. You support this, that, and the other. I'm like, no, I don't actually listen to everything the man says, so I don't know that he just said that, but I could agree that he probably would have just said something like that and do it. Look at me. Do I look like I agree with?
Say half the time.
Huh?
I was in a conversation with two of them the last 2 days. One saying that Elon talked to her face to face and said that him and Siobhan were married, and then another one claiming that they're just business partners. And I was like, huh? And they're both just they kept saying that I was dumb, You don't know
dumb
anything.
For what?
Elon told me this. Elon told me that. I'm like, Elon told you nothing.
What are they saying makes you dumb?
That saying that Elon and Siobhan are dating.
I mean, is it not obvious that they are something together?
It is obvious. It is very obvious.
Yeah.
There's context clues that people can use to figure it out.
Yeah.
But there's people who can't take 5 minutes to do research.
Yeah. Of course it hurts. If you pull your hair, it's going to hurt. That's how it works. Are you sleepy? Stop hitting yourself in the face.
I need to put my dog's collar on, and then I have another space soon.
Right. I got you. I'm almost done
and
here
this
as well.
dude he's been reposted by Elon a few times.
Okay. So you're saying you're going to beat somebody up? You don't care if it's your sister? You're going to beat yourself up if you can't beat her up? That's not very healthy, child.
And he doesn't just have Elon's main account following him. He has Elon's gamer account following him.
Oh, he still has more accounts?
So there's a gamer account. Elon had his gamer 420 account.
Oh.
That account he just hasn't been active in a while.
Yeah. That's interesting. In response to all of that, this guy Jared says, just keep the turn signal stocks and never use the yoke steering wheel again. I think the yoke would be perfect with the by-wire steering. That was their only mistake, was that they had a yoke and they didn't have by-wire steering. I mean, it's not that it didn't work, it's just different. But to have a yoke and by-wire would have been perfect.
And then have you, if this trial versus Elon Altman comes to like our TVs, would you watch it?
Oh, our TVs.
I certainly am. I'm certainly watching the trial if it's publicized.
I'll probably go back and look at the clips.
Because Elon and Altman are literally roasting each other back and forth.
They're not nice to each other, right? That's for sure.
Not anymore. Well, when you sort of get stabbed in the back.
It doesn't look good on paper what happened, that's for sure. So Ford's $30,000 EV pickup takes a page from Tesla to transform how cars are built. And like I said during the preview, it felt like this was the unboxed situation. And she's very tired. She's very sweaty too. You went outside to play with your sister? You smell like kid sweat. Ford is betting its electric future on Universal Electric Vehicle Platform. It's a new way of making cars that debuts in the $30,000 midsize pickup, which we all thought, well, not we all, but a lot of us thought was canceled, and apparently was not. An ambitious price tag and an appealing proposition, but Ford has shared very little about what the truck will be or look like. But they did though, and that's what surprised me. I saw this tweet from them where they had they showed off part of their unicasting. That's what they call it, their mega casting, unicasting, and they showed off some electronics that were just like out of focus, I guess, kind of blurry. And so on Thursday, Jim Farley gave a brief update on the project's progress on social media. It included a bit more on how exactly the company plans to radically simplify car manufacturing and reduce the number of parts needed to build a car. This is the one I saw. An early peek into our brilliant team working on Universal Electric Vehicle project at one of the most audacious and important projects of Ford's history. American innovation is how we compete and win against China and the rest of the world. The team is spending countless, and then it cuts off. All right, let's click it. It's gonna take us to a new place. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Share this tab instead. There it goes. An early peek, the team is spending countless hours getting every last drop of aero efficiency in the mid-size pickup. Oh, this is not the same post. Okay. Or is it? If I get a heart on it, then it is. Okay, yeah, I've seen this post. It's formatted differently in these classes than it was on my phone. The team is spending countless hours getting every last drop of aero efficiency on the mid-size pickup. The best part is no part. So right, the literal direct quote, right? The best part is no part. And the second best part is one that serves multiple functions. A Ford team member working on the front end of a prototype, one of the hundreds of prototypes the team has designed and developed to shape the face of the truck of the last few years. And Ford will use large unit castings for the first time on the Universal EV platform. The radically simplified aluminum unit castings condense over 146 parts into two and enable the assembly method, the tree assembly method. So instead of unbox, they call it tree assembly method at the Louisville assembly plant. All right. So let's look at these pictures real quick. He says, can't wait to share more. And it's a lot more revealing on the computer than it was on the phone. You can kind of see an A-pillar and a mirror. I saw the mirror before. And he's pointing at something. And here we can see, it looks like a mount on a frame. And here they are polishing the front or rear end of one of the prototypes. And then here we can see the casting with another frame, or at least the robot gripper. Pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go back. And Twerk News says, Jim Farley, this is exciting stuff. Mid-size EV pickup on the Universal EV platform. Looks like a real game changer for affordable high-volume EVs built in America, targeting 30,000 while using large unit castings to collapse 146 parts into just two is bold engineering that echoes Tesla's giga casting approach. What tailored for Ford's strengths in trucks. That sounds like a kind of an AI summary a little bit. But it might just be his writing style. Love seeing the aero work and multifunctional design in action. It's clear the team's prioritizing real-world value. Real-world value. Sorry about mouse is shaking because I'm patting this baby. And simpler assembly at Louisville. It could be the Model T moment for mass-market electric pickups that buyers actually want and can afford. That said, 2027 is a big window, and this fast-moving. Where are we at? I've lost it. Model T 2027 in a fast-moving space. Battery costs, supply chains, competition, especially from China, will be key hurdles. There's a solid torque news breakdown that drives, and then you click on it and see. Best part is no part. I wonder where that got that line from. Just remove everything and license FSD. We're gonna put the work in anyways, and the mountain to climb is small in comparison. I was an early Lightning owner, ready to see and drive this next gen. Gotta love seeing American ingenuity at work. Hardware is the one thing, but software is another. Absolutely, but you can do them both, right? Oh, it's an interview with him and Llewellyn. This is Jim Farley 98 talking about fully charged Robert. You want to go sleep with mommy? Okay, here you go. She stops to get ice cream. You don't want mommy? You want my ice cream? Mommy will give you ice cream, okay? She had to pause in the crying to get some of my ice cream. I see you. I see you. And she looked back at the ice cream. Was that you guys at the door or was that Amazon? It sounded like there was a box at the door, but it could have just been you guys. All right, so better late than never. You could have started copying things Tesla does 5 years ago. Oh boy. Oh, Highlander, good to see you. You got home, gang? Sorry I'm late. Was this a recent interview with Robert Llewellyn? Or was it the one from back in the day? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't have the audio turned on. Yeah, it's got to be back in the day because the post itself is from 2024 from Felix. So, yeah. But the gym post is new. It was Thursday where he was talking about their version of Unboxed called the tree architecture and the unicastings, etc. Critical EV materials. Let's go back to where we were. The link to us that tweet. Ford has mentioned the use of large castings before, but the specifics of condensing well over 100 parts into 2 seems to be new. It does, but at the same time, we also know it's possible because we've seen it done with Tesla before Unboxed, just going to mega castings. Tesla engineered these kinds of large structural parts in the Model Y, calls them gigacastings. So yeah, they're gigacastings now. They were mega castings before, weren't they? They eliminate the need for countless welds and rivets. Now that others are taking a similar approach, Volvo's EX60 EV, for instance, is the first to use large single casting for the rear structure of the vehicle. Those large pieces are central to Ford's novel assembly tree approach, where an EV is assembled in the 3 sections that are then combined at the end of the line. They're also key for slashing manufacturing complexity and cost, which the automaker said is a priority for the UEV project. Teaser of Ford's mid-size electric pickup truck. So they also didn't take a stab at whether it's the front or the back. Can't wait to see what the insurance premiums will be. Well, hopefully low. If the construction cost is low, then the repair cost should be low. I think that what most people initially worried about, however, after 2-year study, they found that mega castings actually reduced the cost of repairs by around $2,900 over normal repair. Oh, that they're talking about the mega castings that they're afraid of. Yeah. They were talking about Unboxed. But yeah, the mega castings we already know can save you money. The findings were primarily because the parts could simply be taken off and bolted on. That said, I am skeptical the insurance and car repair industry will pass on those savings to the consumer. Yeah, that's a good thing to be skeptical about. I mentioned your live podcast, Morgan Advanced Materials, because they posted a job interview that I applied for. That they are definitely into fusion nuclear reactors or fusion reactors. They're supplying high-tech ceramic parts. I think they caught my attention. Years was when they said mass produce. Mass produce is good. Yeah, finding out more about every month you find out more about the scare tactics of the anti-nuclear crew and their boogeymen. It's like, oh, that's not an issue either. I mean, it was a small issue, but it's not even an issue at all. It's like, oh, okay then. Yeah, I still think that it's going to be renewable and nukes, and that the solar component of the renewable is going to be the biggest part of it all, just because it's cheaper all the way around, to purchase, to maintain, to repair, etc. Ford takes space from Tesla as just Ford saying we have no knowledge of how to manufacture anything profitable on our own. But the UAW has a hand in that. The UAW certainly slows them down at changing stuff. I wouldn't say that the UAW stops them from doing anything new. I'd say the dealerships have more stopping power on them than the union does. And no abilities. I mean, some of the stuff seems pretty novel. Like, oh, we've just been doing things the way we've always done them. We never thought about trying something like this, like not running them down the assembly line in such a fashion. Somebody suggests it, they look at it, oh, that's a great idea, let's try it. This will be built in Mexico, not a UAW venture at all. Yeah, see the stuff like that right there. GM builds the Bolt for profit at a UAW factory, though. Yeah. It's deeply weird to resent working class people for being paid a decent living wage. That part. Oh, she brought him with 2 spoons. So the baby could have had some if she wasn't whining her butt off. But now it's all mine. Who wants chocolate ice cream? You know what? I still haven't taken my medication. I should probably do that for eating all the sugar. We've seen these photos before. Really? I specifically remember a dude with the nose ring. That dude with the nose ring. Well, I mean, if he's one of the key engineers. Oh, this dude. I thought that was a girl. I just glanced at it so quickly. Yeah, it is a dude. But yeah, so what's to say he's not one of the key engineers? So if that's the case, then yeah, you would see him all over the place on this thing. Despite claims on the dealership's web pages to the contrary, won't meet promised spec, and prices will have 20K grift slapped on top by the evil ghouls. Conglomerates won't ever be charged up for their test drives, even after you make an appointment, and will get canceled after it doesn't make stockholders instantly richer than Elon. I mean, all of this is a possibility, but if you go into it thinking it's going to be this bad, it's not going to be good. Plus, it'll probably be Tesla-like touchscreen, no door handle, corner cut, rattle trap. All that talk probably has turned my stomach. I mean, that's the worst it could be. I don't think that they're going to go for that level of failure. I totally agree that solar is going to be huge. But there are a lot of cases where it's fission or fusion. Will there be there will be nuclear reactors? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at Alex's latest post over at Technology Connections, and he was further going into the numbers on solar in Illinois, of all places. So numbers will be better than what he discussed. And it was a lot more informative for the public than Elon's little, hey, this is the square you'll need for solar, and this is the even smaller square you'll need for batteries to make this thing work forever and ever. Or his, hey, the sun never sets in space. I mean, both of those were true, but none of them were approachable to the every folks. So Alex further drill down was cool to see on why he agrees that solar would be the way to go. And excuse me, he didn't fully flesh into why he doesn't want solar on his property, but he was also saying that this will be good enough at the community level that he shouldn't need them on his roof. And I do agree with that sentiment, but I don't agree that would make me not want to be some level of independent. I mean, right now we're running on batteries from last night. We're probably about to switch over because it's been a cloudy day, but I'm thinking I'm going to get some more batteries and some more emergency solar for hurricanes to throw in the backyard. Not permanently, of course, for the summertime energy prices, because wintertime is easy in that I can just coast through to when the power goes back to normal price from quad X, but the summertime, it's at the end of the day or the middle of the day, depending on how you want to look at the schedule, that it really throws a spanner in my monkey wrenches. So I'm gonna want some more storage before summertime. I promote fusion and fission. Fusion and fission, recognizing the small cases, but this voice to text sucks. Yes, it does, but I got it now. Fusion and fission, and I think fusion is going to be the way to go long term to with the for acceptance and safety. But as I said, it's a little bit overblown, the safety aspects of fission. If you take your time on it. Brian says Crikey's still going, and Highlander says hi, Brian. So yeah, so that's Ford's latest, what do they call it, the tree architecture, and then Mr. VP there is a little more down on it than I think it could possibly be. Now, is there a 0.01% chance that everything goes as bad as he says? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so critical materials, let's see what they're talking on, and then I'm going to eat this ice cream before it melts. When Canada announced it would ease tariffs on imported Chinese EVs, American automakers went nuts. Cheaper, more modern vehicles on the way to what was once an important manufacturing partner in Detroit. Well, maybe if you had reined in your the guy that you were lobbying there to, I guess he's a little harder to control than you thought, but you could have made him not mess up your money, huh? Howdy, submariner. Do hovercraft seamen call themselves supermariners? Oh, that's a good question. Sub versus super. I like it. Way overblown early days, but my passion is studying these two little things. Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't help. The Russians were too cheap to do it correctly and made drastic mistakes. Well, the Soviets, I should say, not the Russians. Or were they Russia by then? I don't know. Just before I started sucking wind on this planet. And then, of course, our little scare at 3 Mile Island didn't help. But as evidenced by the fact that Microsoft has brought back on 3 Mile Island reactor number 2, it tells you that it wasn't as bad as they made it seem. Islander says, "Be careful, Brian. I'm going to meet you first and again." All right. So Canada, we talked about the monkey paw earlier in the show. 25% Canadians really do want Chinese EVs. I mean, like, again, why would you not want something that's got all the features you want at a price you can afford? This is the whole Hyundai Kia approach to cars. Don't spend any money on the parts that people aren't touching, that they don't care about. Just put all the money on the stuff that they can see and touch and feel and smell. And look where that got Hyundai and Kia. Aside from the Kia boys robbing cars because they were too cheap to put an immobilizer in the cars, other than that, they've had bang up success. They've gone from these also ram little cars with the bell, ding dong, when the doors open, to a major player in EVs worldwide. And not just EVs, their combustions are doing okay too. But again, there's a lot more to cut corners on there than there are on EVs. Are already just so simple that they can make a better EV than they can make a combustion car, and still meet the budgets, make the profit, all that. Let's see. It's not just CEO Jim Farley is really into Chinese EVs. Turns out much of Canada is too. Pretty awkward for North American automakers. Well, again, should have reined in your lobbying. Canada has spent decades aligning its vehicle standards and supply chains with the U.S. How did that work out for you? Regulatory compliance with tariffs. The vehicles are too expensive to import and sell. Yet Canadians are faced with rising costs, living costs, and fewer affordable EV options. Appear to be more interested in results than protectionist ideology. And I wonder why. Great discussion. When are you going to get this power electricity from? That's where the money is going to be. Well, I mean, I'm going to just put another battery out there and get it from the same place I've been getting it, solar and nuclear. The solar is free to me. The nuclear, I'm going to go ahead and load up while it's quarter price in the evenings. BYD and others have a center screen. The screen in front of you is a HUD. Oh, plus a HUD. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the other part of it. Now, not only are you putting less under the hood, the electronics are doing like double, triple duty. And if you do them right, then it's just a matter of getting good software. Easy enough, right? I thought you were in China, Brian. He could be. Congrats. Your hard work finally paying off. Chinese to pay you to get over there. I think that's awesome and well deserved. Nope, I only went for a few days last month. No worries though. I'll be back for a few days next month. Excellent. They cover airfare and part of the hotel. Only pays from the videos. That's fair. I mean, what your viewers appreciate is you're there on the spot, getting it firsthand, doing it the way that you do it, because the way that some others do it is not as approachable as the way that you do it. And like when you ask that guy that question to his face in front of everybody, that's what we like about you. You're not sugarcoating it. I mean, you're not being a jerk to him, but you're not pulling punches either. Beggars can't be choosers. My lord, you're still getting recognized and a little money. Better than no money, like your first trip. Indeed. Okay. The drive behind that adds you to Chinese. 50% Germany ranks second in EV production for 25. We figured they'd be on the map somewhere. 75% Tesla and Waymo defend self-driving in before the Senate. I saw something about Waymo earlier this week, and I don't remember how it went. I was, aside from them running another bus, stop the school bus. That's right, Brian, aka Futurama guy, on the scene. Oh, Futuraza. His voice to text is butchering some names. You need to teach it how to spell some things. It's like, hey, when I say this, I mean this. It went to the Philippines. 2.5 hour long committee meeting didn't result in any meaningful actions. But CBS News breaks down the polarized essence of the hearing. Senators on the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation on Wednesday expressed eagerness to eliminate avoidable crashes that... see, the thing, though, is self-driving cars are going to crash. They can do it less than people, and they can do it less deadly than people. That's the important part. Fully autonomous vehicles offer the potential to reduce crashes on roads, but we have seen the risk of letting companies beta test on our roads with no guardrails. I mean, you let teenagers learn to drive on the road, so just make sure they can meet a certain level of basic competency and then put them fully on the hook for the rest of it, and the money and the insurance will ensure that they are on their best behavior and putting their best foot forward before it leaves the lab or the test track. Pretty darn easy. Autocorrect is pretty ducking lazy. Off topic, but my sister Lisa and her daughter are in Munich right now, and then they're going to Salzburg, Austria. All right. What makes this interesting is that both companies have very different takes on autonomy. Yeah. Waymo believes in stuffing as much sensor data into the system as possible. We'll see what works out here. I like FSD. Brent Walker Smith, professor at the University of South Carolina School of Law, summed it up perfectly in his written testimony. Let's say written testimony. Yeah, written testimony. We find ourselves at a time of profound change. Just close the screensaver. Why do you turn it right back on? Stupid machine. Go. Yes, that's my finger. Go. Okay. We find ourselves at a time of profound change. Change often involves loss of control, whether actual or perceived. That can be scary or destabilizing, both for individuals or societies. Yeah, like when we turn the elevators into push button instead of the safety gates and the man sitting there waiting for you so you could run the elevator. The ability of communities to set their own rules, and yes, even restrictions on AVs acts as a steam release valve on a boiler. It keeps pressure from building up and in turn reduces the risk of catastrophic explosion. In theory. The Lucid looks pretty cool right there. So Lucid's autonomous concepts, or do they have a couple actually running? Would I advise a community to ban EVs? Absolutely, or AVs? Absolutely not. I would tell them that we should be concerned about automated driving, but terrified of conventional driving. Yes, I like that. Nevertheless, preserving that option allows me to have that conversation. Yeah. I don't think it's hard to admit that no single manufacturer has driverless cars down to a perfect science yet. Yeah, that's for sure. Giant gap for the last little bit of perfection. Yes. Admittedly, it could be the difference between getting to work on time without touching the wheel and never coming home again. And also, like I said, the community around here is always complaining about new traffic and new drivers and the mismatch of driving styles. AVs would fix a lot of that. From the impatient people making stupid mistakes to the jerks just doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. They don't get bored. They don't get, I'm not going to say they don't get aggressive, but they don't make the same stupid mistakes as a road rager. I've seen my car get aggressive with people. And I applaud that because they had it coming to them. How should federal regulators handle self-driving cars? Should there be more regulatory oversight to protect consumers? I don't necessarily think so. There's more reporting and after actions and how you're going to fix this so it doesn't happen again. But right now, there aren't that many actually AVs on the road. So until we get there, it's a little bit of navel gazing. The article's coverage of what's my car's name? My car's name is Tachikoma. Yep, I'll show you guys the Tachikoma. And that's Tachikoma, a AI tank built to protect Motoko. Yeah, Tachikoma. I want to get a sticker. I want to make a sticker and put it on there of a Tachikoma. I think I'll put it on one of my club stickers is turned into a brown mess. I think I'll scrape that off and then put a sticker of a Tachikoma in the same place. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then I was thinking I'd call the truck the same thing. It could be Fuchikoma. I don't know. Where were we? Oh, the comments. Coverage of Canadian interest in EVs ignores the obvious factor of the current administration's effort to destroy the Canadian auto manufacturing and overall antagonistic action towards Canada. He's antagonistic to everyone. He's not known as a pleasant dude to hang around. Manufacturing and overall antagonistic action towards Canada. Of course, we Canadians will look for alternatives. Also, you guys have that additional little layer on top that he wants Canada to be the 51st state. So you've got that extra antagonism going on. And if GM and Ford are going to close up manufacturing in Canada, then the Canadians have nothing to lose by boycotting them. The executives know exactly why Canada wants to bring in other brands. Nice. Yeah. Does your Model X have free charging? It sure does. RY Crew is Dragon. Nice. Crew Dragon. Oh, I like it. Crew Dragon. Love it. Like the spaceship. Yes. The 3 has a much sillier name, but it doesn't work without the story. I want to get that story from you someday and the name. Let's see. He's right about, they'll probably just pull the same thing they did with our alcohol on the cars if we get too bad on them. And And 1970s, American car enthusiasts. Nobody wants those cheap Japanese crap cars. Couple decades, and Toyota's the largest car manufacturer in the world. 2020s American car enthusiasts. Nobody wants those cheap Chinese crap cars. Will it even take a decade for history to repeat itself? I don't think it will. Take a decade. To hell with Americans. We have blindly followed them for too long. It's time to do our own thing. We can't trust the American government. Spoken like a true Canadian, eh? Jeff Goldman says, good luck defending your borders, especially the northern Arctic one, where the Chinese and Russians are making extensive naval maneuvers with your 1% of GDP defense budget. And Canada, they've been around for a while. They fight. Don't think that they don't fight. You've seen them play hockey, right? I keep saying that. You've seen them play hockey. You can't say that you don't think they don't fight. Brian says, that car from Greece? Grease lightning. Oh, I like it. That rare electrical phenomenon called St. Elmo's fire. Oh, okay. So it's red, fast, and it's electrical. Okay, so the name of the car is St. Elmo's fire. Called naturally Greased Elmo. I like it. Greased Elmo. Yes, it does need explanation. It's good. All right, so that's the last story I pulled out of these folks. Did anyone have anything they wanted me to touch on or comment on before we roll? Hopefully I don't get myself canceled there. My hard-hitting commentary. Let's go see what Fred's got real quick. I'll quick scroll through. I don't want to start on page 2. Start on his home page. So it was a red car. That's the correct reaction. I love it. Greased Elmo. Hey, that looks like my Model S. Except newer. My Model S had the guppy mouth. Tesla exec tells Congress no one's ever taken control of its vehicles, but that's not true. He did say that. What do you mean by that? Because in the same testimony, he pointed out that they participate in Pwn to Home, and it's been pwned. So, Genesis GV90 caught with co-stores again. It's whoa, that's a new article with the same looking picture. So are they getting ready to drop finally? All right, we'll see what Fred has to say about that. Autonomous battery swap mining truck gets a big buck boost from BYD. Interesting. Xpeng is getting serious about selling you an aircraft carrier. Brian saw this, the aircraft carrier. And yes, that's what we brought to mix again. Really paints a picture. Mr. Green, did we get ice cream for showing up on your show? Yeah, you do. All right, got a jet until next time. All right, Brian, we'll see you around. So Brian saw the aircraft carrier. The flying unit Airage is ramping up its marketing maneuvers to the new land aircraft carrier designed for its Aero HT eVTOL flying car as it inches closer to production reality. Born from the cosmos, destined for city, crafted for the sky, reads the official copy from the Xpeng flying car unit. Airage, formerly Aero HT, those words are allegedly inspiration for the land aircraft carrier's 3 new colorways. Okay. The thing is huge. No wonder it needed 6 wheels. Or 6 wheels. 3 axles. To distribute the load of this thing. Stellar silver. I could think of a lot of things to do without the AV in the back of that thing. Looks like it'd make a great limo. Or camper. Or cargo delivery van. Nebula next enters the luxury EV race, and with its bold 01 concept that debuted in CES. And why another U.S. state is preparing a 10-mile-an-hour e-bike speed limit? 10 miles an hour? No! 25 is fine. 10? Freaking crazy. Is Florida too many old people? Let's see what they say. Florida is the latest U.S. state to wade into increasingly crowded waters of e-bike regulation, advancing impose a situational 10 mile an hour. Situational is different, but okay, on shared use paths, that's fine. But 10 on a bike path? No, that's stupid. But 10 on a shared sidewalk, and then you allow people on the sidewalk? Yeah, because we don't really build infrastructure for bikes here. We let this crazy guy in Lycra who felt get good was the only answer to riding bikes, and that you should ride it with cars. Write a lot of the regulation forever. And so, yeah, screw that guy. Did you hear we're getting the minivan? I asked Tesla for accept like a big delivery van. Oh, well. Yeah, a big delivery van is fine. Unfortunately, harder to park, but if it can go do other stuff while you're not using it, then why not? Or if it can go park someplace cheap or out of the way, that's fine. I can't wait till it's a reality, though. I have a feeling it's not going to be anytime soon, based on the way they have slowly been introducing product lately. Proposed legislation isn't a blanket crackdown on e-bikes, nor does it rewrite the familiar three-class system we've seen in harsher crackdowns, such as New Jersey law. Okay. We're gonna look at that one. 2026 Chicago Auto Show edition. Hyundai's offering a $10,000 discount on all Ioniq 5 EVs. Okay. Coach doors. Again. Yeah, they say coach doors, but they got the double door handle thing going on as if they think they're tricking us. That's the Epstein files. Yeah, well, we knew that. Dead last in German and Nordic reputation study behind Timo and Nestle. So that's like the same one we just looked at, but worse. They put them behind non-car makers. Avrion treadmill in-depth review. Interesting. 2X. That's a cool looking e-bike, motorcycle thingy, moped. E-bike. E-bike, alpha mid-drive e-bike. It's e-bike. Under $1,000. It's not bad. Hyundai is about to unveil its electric hot hatch and a few other new EVs. Okay, bring it. Tesla files new Roadster trademark with new silhouette. That was something that was discussed by some folks. And let's see, it's decent looking. The Roadster board mark. I actually like that. And then there's the Roadster graphic. Don't tell us all that much. It could be anything. And it'll be fun to see. Yeah, another fatal door handle lawsuit. It's Tesla, but China has a fix. What is China's fix? I've seen the regulations coming through, but what's the fix? Wednesday, Massachusetts Tremblay versus Tesla leads to a accident crash. On October 25th, where a 20-year-old college student was driving a 2021 Model Y in Massachusetts, and the vehicle left the road and crashed into a tree. Tremblay survived the crash, but was unable to escape the vehicle due to its interior door handle design. Really? Unlikely. The vehicles have always had interesting door handle design. The Model Y is no different. Exterior handle lies flush against the body, making it sleek look and slightly improving aerodynamics. But here's the issue with the interior door handle, which is actuated electronically. One reason for this is because it allows the car's window to slide down slightly before the door opens, which helps protect the seals around the car's frameless door design. But what it means is that when the car loses power, the electronic door release no longer works. So you use this thing right here that most people use instinctively instead of that thing right there that most people have to be told to use. In the Model Y, the front manual release is easy to find at the end of the armrest, just below the electronic release. In fact, many new riders accidentally pull this lever instead of using the electronic door button. However, in a crash, it's entirely possible for panic to set in or for visibility to be limited, and the driver not to think of using a different method. And this is why I like the old Model S and current Model, or not current Model X either, old Model S and X door handles like I've got on my current car, where you pull it slightly and it's electronic popper, and you oh crap, and you pull it hard, and then the manual cable is pulled and the door falls open. And then of course, because my front doors are powered, you must then push really hard if there is no 12 volt because they're heavy. The rear door with no power, I've complained about them for a long time. They're getting better at it, but oof. The problem with the rear doors is also that you have the child safety latch situations fighting in addition to styling, et cetera, et cetera. So there's more going on the rear doors. Regulator step in, 15 people died. So how many died to non-Tesla cars with the same problem? 17 crashes where people were trapped in Teslas, though not all fatal. The third of these similar lawsuits that Electric has covered, which 3 teenagers died in a Cybertruck. Yeah, the door handles didn't kill them. The high speed into a wall while drunk did it. And then the fire, of course. Another 5 occupants died in the Model S, all involved a collision with a tree, fire, inoperable door handles, and Cybertruck incident also involved inoperable exterior door handles and windows that couldn't be broken by a rescuer. They can break. None have been decided yet, but we'll see. This won't be the last of similar lawsuits we hear. Patterns resulted in scrutiny from regulators. It's not just Tesla. There you go. You waited till 3/4 of the way through the article to bring that up. Tesla may have popularized these modern door handles. They weren't even the first to do it. But many automakers have picked up the ball and designed their cars with similar sleek exterior door handles and electronically actuated interior door handles. These have been particularly common in Chinese EV industry. Yep. And China has seen similar incidents. Also, the Chinese regulators have taken action on the issue and proposed a ban. It's still just proposed ban? Okay, there we go. This week, they finalized that ban. Did they give them guidance? Is what I want to know. 10 mile an hour is not going to happen in Michigan or Ohio. I can tell you that right now. Exactly. You can go faster than that on a pedal bike. But if they're saying, even on a pedal bike, don't go faster than 10 on a shared sidewalk, I'm fine with that. But if they extend it anywhere beyond a shared sidewalk with co-traffic on there, then it's like you said, people are going to blaze past that. Toledo has the mini scooters called Veo Mat for they're everywhere and they go a lot faster than 10 miles an hour. Yeah. If you had problems with your Model X and the gull doors, the Falcon Wing doors, I have had very little issue with my doors. The sensors inside the doors have gone haywire ever since I got it because they are ultrasonic sensors peering through the metal. And on the black, red, and blue car, they get warm faster than the model expects, and they think something is next to the door when it's not. I've had the sensors retrofitted. It got better, but it's still an issue on the hottest of days. So there's that. And then both doors have come out of alignment occasionally. It looks just like start rubbing on the body, which is not good. But I haven't had to take it to the body shop to get them readjusted. So there's that. All vehicles with electronic actuators have mechanical fallbacks in the event of electrical failure. It also covers the other door handle issues like placement of the handles, exterior operation, and clear markings visible to the passengers. Chinese regulation goes into effect January 1st of next year, and the cars that are currently late in the design process and already approved for roadworthiness will have a grace period of up to 2 years to complete a redesign. Okay. They're not being unreasonable about this, but I like that they're pushing it hard. While regulation only affects the Chinese auto industry, we can imagine that it'll serve as the model for, and it does already. It wasn't even done, and people were pointing at it as we're going to do this, whatever they come up with. So, sounds like they came up with something reasonable, thankfully. Ford has 5 more affordable vehicles, including under $40K coming as a new EV. Tesla has AI training capability in China. Oh, that's new and that's big. As Brian was telling us about his trip to Expo. AI training capability in China, a critical step for full self-driving. China's AI training center is now operational. Tesla's Vice President Grace Tao confirmed on Friday the company has put an AI training center into operation in China, focusing on developing local assisted driving and AI capabilities. The announcement marks a significant milestone for Tesla's FSD rollout in China due to the country's strict data localization laws. Tesla has been prohibited from transferring driving data, collected on Chinese roads to its U.S. training center. This has been a major handicap for the company's neural network-based driving system. Why local training matters. Tesla's FSD relies on neural network trained using video clips from real-world driving situations. However, in China, Tesla hasn't been able to leverage this approach. When Tesla initially launched FSD in China in February, Elon Musk acknowledged the company just used publicly available videos on the internet of roads and signs in China and used that to train in simulation. Seemed to work pretty well because they got something almost as good as our FSD already. The workaround was far from ideal. Chinese roads present unique challenges, from different traffic patterns and signage to specific driving behaviors that require localized training data to effectively handle, like the hover slam braking that Brian told us about. With a local AI training center, Tesla can now train its neural network on actual Chinese driving data collected from local Tesla vehicles, iterate and improve the system specifically for Chinese road conditions, and comply with localization requirements while still advancing FSD's capabilities. Timeline for FSD still unclear. Electric says it's a bigger deal than it might seem on the surface. Yeah, it is. Tesla's data advantage has always been one of its key moats in autonomous driving. It has even more real-world driving data, arguably, than any other company. But in China, that advantage was effectively nullified by data localization laws. It's still leading over other companies thanks to being years ahead in the tech through deployment in North America, but Chinese companies have been closing the gap quickly. And now Tesla can actually start building the same kind of training flywheel in China that it has in the US. More cars, more data, better FSD, more cars. It's taken nearly a year since the initial FSD launch in China to get the infrastructure in place. And they don't even call it FSD over there. They call it something else. And not translated, but like literally not FSD. They're saying this is not the same product. It's close. Genesis is launching a new EV platform in 2027 that will offer a unique luxury experience. There's the coach doors again. Xiaomi unveils 990 horsepower YU7 GT performance SUV with 186 mile per hour top speed. Before I go, what is your actual email address? You've emailed me on it before. That one. If you need me to, I can send you a reverse email so that it shows at the top of your list. Let's see. IEA, electric demand is rising fast and grids can't keep up. They can. They don't want to. Global demand is set to grow by more than 3.5% per year on average. Yeah, literally. Renewables, nuclear, and batteries, and you got this. And transformers, you can find some transformers. All right, that's enough of looking for headlines on these folks. Let's look at that last thing I talked about, and then let's look at the ice cream before it's all gone. All right, here we go. There. Share this tab instead. Close this. There we go. During Sonic, we have many layers of security in our system. Our driving controls are core embedded central layer that cannot be accessed from outside the vehicle. When pressed, Lars further stated that to answer your question, if anyone has ever been able to take control of our vehicles, the answer is simply no. One problem that's not accurate: the big Tesla hack. To this day, after a decade after reporting at Electric, the big Tesla hack is still one of the craziest stories I've ever written. In 2017, security researcher Jason Hughes, also known as WK057 in the Tesla community, has discovered a chain of vulnerabilities that gave him access to the mothership, Tesla's central server used to communicate its entire fleet. Yeah, but Jason is more of a security researcher, and he didn't do anything with it, so that could be a technicality that Lars was using, that they were not hacked. Although he was able to control and see every car in the world, Hughes was able to authenticate as a vehicle, as any vehicle in Tesla's fleet using just a VIN number. He had access to location data, vehicle information, and critically, the ability to send commands to any Tesla on the road. The ability, but did not without permission. To demonstrate the severity, Hughes asked Tesla's head of software security, Aaron Siegel, to give him a VIN number of a nearby Tesla. Hughes then remotely activated the car's summon feature, moving a vehicle in California from his home in North Carolina. Again, not without permission. It was prior to Tesla having more autonomous driving capabilities, but there were more features than summon. He technically could have stolen a vehicle from hundreds or even thousands of miles away. Yeah, absolutely. Tesla were to use a $50,000 bug bounty for the discovery, several times higher than their maximum official reward at the time. I think 50 is the current listed maximum, but they, again, can blow through that if they need to. And worked overnight to patch the vulnerability. And we all got an emergency software update pushed over cellular overnight. This was after they'd already gone to the procedure of, oh, you must download your updates over Wi-Fi. So when you do see a update pushed over cellular overnight like that, take heed. Incident happened just months before CEO Musk took the stage at the National Governors Association and warned about fleet-wide acts, similar to that movie with I forget the movie with all the Teslas piling up. Now we know why he was thinking about it. Yes, the 2017 mothership hack wasn't an isolated incident. Was it a hack or was it just a poor security stance that was fixed? It wasn't an isolated incident. In 2016, researchers at the Korean security lab, Tencent, successfully hacked a Tesla Model S from 12 miles away, gaining remote control of the vehicle's brakes by exploiting the car's controller area network. Tesla patched out that vulnerability within 10 days of being notified. To be fair to Moravi, there's important context here. Both incidents were discovered by white hat security researchers who responsibly disclosed the vulnerabilities to Tesla rather than exploiting them maliciously. Tesla patched the issues quickly, and there's no evidence of any bad actors have successfully taken remote control of Tesla vehicles in the wild. But Moravi didn't say no malicious actor has ever taken control. He said no one has ever been able to. So they're picking nits at his colloquial use of the phrasing. And that's demonstrably false. He did mention Tesla's bug bounty program in the statement above, but he didn't specify what independent security researchers have, in fact, remotely taking control of Tesla vehicles on multiple occasions. Yeah, I said that right in the opening of this piece about, he said the bug bounty program right there. So obviously he was discounting those people. Luckily, I doubt Moravi was under oath during the testimony. Yeah, hopefully. Because if you can pick that nit, who else can? Again, to be fair to Tesla, experts have told me that Tesla has significantly improved its security posture since 2017. Yeah, when they poached that security manager from Apple, the first thing she did was lock them down and say, all right, everything needs to be signed. You need better managing of this before you can do your next version. And they did. Quickly becoming chocolate soup. But still got some firmness in there. So anyway, I came to a hearing where Tesla and other companies are pushing Congress to establish a federal framework for autonomous vehicles. Yeah, because if they can conform to a national standard, it's a lot easier than having to come up with 50 or more local situations if they don't have to. I mean, because it could go down to the city depending on the city level, depending on how this is done, city, county, state. It's so much easier if they just have one to conform to. And that's what they're pushing for. There's no comments on this? Really? There are no comments on this. All right. So with that, I want to thank everybody for your time here today. I appreciate it. And I want to thank our channel members for your monetary contribution. It helps do this. And not take food out of their mouths. They're the little ones. So I appreciate that as well. And with that, we'll catch you. Don't forget to check out Brian's video on the rear screen technique he found out, and then check out carsofcourse.net for articles. And we will catch you tomorrow on the Tesla Life Express and Wednesday on the Tesla Life live show. So catch you on the flip side.